know this edge. I reside there now and again.
Do you? Well, it's a good place.
Do you know, this is a really nice technique because you've inked them, they actually look like little wood panels.
That's right.
Don't they?
And if you had sort of woody sort of paper, this would work lovely as well. I'm just going to take that down and then I will cut it out. You're going to be shattered at the end of this, love, aren't you?
Going to be strong.
Muscles. And you just cut it out.
Say more than that. Oh, aye. Now, that's just one of the dies. That is one of those gorgeous outside edge dies. So it will allow you to create huge apertures if you wish. When I say huge, they're not massive, but it's a good size, is that?
This is where I've... Oh, I was going to say,
why
won't it come up? No, it's... Yes, this is where I've put my tape. I've done it. Will have to be removed. So there you go.
I like that.
It's a nice shape, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's a great way of using all your scraps.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's just bin that.
Yeah.
Right, so
I'm
the next...
going to nick that for 1 second from
Okay,
you,
my
darling.
love.
I really like that.
I really like it.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Nice, isn't
Lovely.
it?
Yeah, I love the technique.
Now,
I nicked it.
it's all right. And do you know what I've done?
Cut the different one.
But it's okay. We can cut another one.
Super.
It's not a problem. Have some white card. Sorry, Leonie, you're going to be sick of me with this.
I'm ready.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's it.
Teamwork, darling.
Teamwork.
I like centering because of the flat top.
Oh, so do I.
It's a
and it cuts.
Yeah, well, that's
love my
obviously
machine.
that's obviously always a bonus.
You love my
but
machine.
it's really nice for leaning on.
It is. When I'm out on the road, I do. It's a little table for me as well, a little extra table.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's got the extra space.
The extra space.
Okay.
Right. So now we've got the right shape cut out. The reason I cut an extra piece is because this is on thin card. It just gives it a little bit more stability, a little bit more oomph, if you like.
Super. Okay.
So, let's get the glue out. Carefully applied.
Or slapped on.
Slapped on.
Check the website for the glue.
That's it. That goes on there. Check which way my card goes.
Well done.
Not doing that one again. well, I'm saying that. We probably will.
Of course it'll happen.
Okay, I just want to put some foam pads on the back of this.
Nice decorative paper that matches perfectly.
Yeah, and as I say, because it's out of the same... all out of the same pack,
yes.
You know it's going to all go together. So don't chuck your bits out.
Yeah.
Keep them in there. What I'm doing on this technique here, you can do with any of these dies.
Yeah. Do you know,
Any
that
at all.
technique, that scrap paper, that's one to do as you're going along, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, when you're cutting your paper, I'm going to do that next time I'll use a paper pad, don't I?
That's right,
I'm
yeah.
going to attempt to remember.
Just cut it now. I'm terribly sorry, but I seem to have...
What have you done?
Well, my little piece has come off there. It's not going to matter. It's fine. I've pulled the piece off. My gluing, as good as ever.
I didn't even notice. It almost blends because it's got colour.
Almost. And then what
No, it doesn't stand out to mine.
What I'm going to do now is get my scissors and just chop.
So this is just a random piece of card.
Yeah, and I've just cut like a fishtail in the end, and that's going to go on there.
Super.
I will use some red line tape for this, so it's nice and strong, and it's not going to come away. If only I'd have done it on there.
Oh, if only.
If only.
Oh.
But hey-ho.
It's busy. If you do want to order, the phone lines are currently rather full up, but the website is available, Hochanda.com, always available on the website. You can have a little perusal while you're there.
We like a little perusal, don't we?
We love a little perusal,
roughly
darling.
in the middle, isn't it? Roughly. I just want to bend that. I just want to give it a bit of shape. Right, next thing is going to be my bow.
Lovely.
Little bow. It's got to have a bow on with me. I can't help myself.
Does everything have bows on then?
Honestly, I can't help myself.
We are funny how different. Like all us crafters, we all have a different thing, don't we?
I just think...
It is a nice finishing touch,
yeah,
though.
it just looks nice.
Now, when I do my cards at home, I always think, oh no. You know, when it's my own and I put a bow on, I always, but if it's somebody else's, I always think it works.
Looks nice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, our girls in the design team always saying black and white check ribbon normally with me.
Yeah,
so
yes.
They can always say, oh, if it's got, they can spot one of my cards.
A mile away.
A mile away.
Now, you're sticking those together, is that just to give it a bit of extra depth?
Yes, it is. It's so it looks chunky.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to stick, I'll have a bit of glue, just on the bottom bit because I want it to poke over the top.
Okay, well
like
that's pretty.
That.
We've got these.
Yeah.
These are Thingy's hand.
Wills.
These are Will's hand, these are. And if you would like those, and the sentiment dice are just there for you. I think these are a brilliant idea. You've got love, peace, and. Yeah. Really cool. Love and peace. Peace and love. Only £7 only. You've got a brilliant £7 saving there. You are only paying £12.47. 314-630. That's your item number. Then you do get the detail, and you get the sort of the shadow, if you will, don't you?
You do. So you've got the choice to use it as I've done here, just freestanding. Or if you want to back it, I don't know if anybody saw the show this morning, I used it with, it's got its
like
own sort of backing area, yeah. So you can do a drop shadow with that if you want.
Yeah,
okay.
I saw it.
I know, yeah, you were there. You were there. I've just inked the edges of these leaves.
That looks really pretty.
Just to make it stand out a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely exquisite.
And then I'm going to finish off with our Nouveau drops, pink. Just a single colour.
Yeah.
We're not doing two colours now, we're just going to use one colour.
But that lighter pink could fit just beautifully.
Where should we put them? We'll put them here.
In the centre.
1, 2, 3, and we'll put some.
I like that one. That's got like a pearly sheen, hasn't it?
It's beautiful, and it's such a lovely, pretty colour.
Yeah, it is.
Now, the card when I was, I made my sample, whoopsie daisy, I did actually ink the edges of
the main card.
The main surround.
Oh,
so I haven't brought my distress inks. Oh yes, I have. I just didn't do it. I'll show you what I did.
You rebel.
I know, maverick. So this is the one where the edges are inked. You can see how it really stands out.
Yeah, it does.
But to me, it feels like a card out of nothing because they're only scraps.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
really like that.
I like that one.
That's such a nice design.
And easy to do.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah,
and obviously that the dye will cut easily through the papers onto the light card onto paper.
That's right.
Because it's not a fussy dye, so it's perfect. And that's why you want some big dyes as well in your stash. Love that, Donna.
Thank you very much.
Thank you ever so much. Now, if you do want to get anything, check out the website at hochanda.com. We're going to give you a little bit of a recap to have a look at some of the goodies that we've got on the show. First of all, the Nouveaux. Oh, we like these. We're having a play with these. Me and our Janice, who's going to be in just a moment's time. We're having a little look at the crystal drops. These are just so nice. They'll give you dimension. They'll give you beautiful colour palettes. 293011. You are saving £3 on that one. Really gorgeous. We've also got for you loads of extras. We've got glitters. We've got even more. So check the website out for all of those. But I'm going to quickly give you a little rundown of the counter, and then our Janice is going to be waiting at the wings for us. So first of all, we've got some more essential dyes. This one is your hexagons and your octagons. I don't know what I nearly said then. Oxygen, I think I nearly said oxygen. I'm on my 5th time. So what you've got here, you've got a beautiful collection. Do you know what? These are so handy. It's that kind of thing. If you're doing your paper piecing but with paper, these are absolutely beautiful. Let me show you the kind of things that you can do. And I like them because they're nice and clean. Obviously, if you use them with pattern papers, you can get a really, really nice chunk of the pattern paper out. But you can make some really, really professional cards with these. And they're the kind of thing that you will go to time and time again. Now, if you'd love to get this collection, you're saving £7 again, and you're only paying £24.98. You've got 20 dies in total with that collection. 659-361, 10 of each one. Okay, carrying on with all our fabulous layering dies. So with this one, nice shapes again, something a little bit different, and of course brilliant for everything, for your matte layering, for your apertures. And I love this one. That one, I think it's really, really pretty. Look, have a look at that. Oh, shall I just do this? Shall I? And then, whew, look at that. See, they're gorgeous, aren't they? Bear with. Having fun. They look nice that way as well. There you go. Liking those? Okay, if you want those two, really nice. Again, nice shape, a beautiful size because they're really, really handy. If you'd like to get a hold of them, it's another £7 saving. That's £24.98. 404 064 is your item number. Now, last but by no means least, we have got some more of the layering dies. You've got in this one your diamonds and you've got your hearts. Really handy, of course. Now, within this collection, you're actually getting, how many are we getting? We get 10 of the diamond and you get 7 of the hearts. So the hearts are slightly different because you've actually got an embossed element. It just shows you on the packaging with a little bit of the deeper shading, if you will, and that's where it's going to emboss. But they're really, really good size. You've got the teeny tiny one, but you have got that big heart if you want to use these for apertures. I do like this though. Look at this, how pretty. Look at that. Isn't that cute? And then, hold on, I don't need to open it up because it's really nice. And it will stand as well. In fact, there you go. That's it. Isn't that lovely? And it's all made from the hearts, the base, the actual shape of the card, the top of it, and then the little stopper there as well. Really, really cute. If you'd like that collection, only £24.98. 242 431. That's your item number for those essential dies. Now, we've got more for you. The Nouveau drops. Really like these. Really like these. Now, we were having a little play. See, even that big a drop self-levels and it will dry, and I think that is just gorgeous because look, they do look like bought embellishments, don't they? There's no way they look like well, an adhesive of a sort. And I love the colours. The mustard is beautiful. You've got the orange, which utterly matches my dress at the moment. The lime, I love the lime. You've then got that soft pink, and then look at that other pink. It's like a hot pink, but it's got pearlescent sheening going on there. Now that, you only need a teeny tiny bit of your crystal drop to create something that big. And most of the time, I mean, if you were following that, you'd only be putting tiny little drops on it. So these will last absolutely ages. Beautiful way of embellishing your cards. And of course you can drop glitters into them. So they are a wet adhesive initially. So you could put your glitters, you could put microflakes in them and really change them and add extra bling to them. Now 293011 is your item number. You're saving £3 on the normal price there. They're only £9.99. Now we've also got your lovely glitters. Again, these are so nice. Very, very fine cut, so they're going to give you a really good coverage. And it does mean because they're so fine cut, they're going to last ages again. Now, the bottom one here is your baby blue. Baby boy even, baby blue, so close. Your baby boy, that's my favourite in the baby boy, just because you've got so many different colours going on. I love these with all the different colours. You've then got the gorgeous light blue, and then you've got that lovely purple, which is your violet infusion. Of course it is. 889699 is your item number. 1347, saving £6 on that one. The second collection that we've got, that's my favourite. You've got your chocolate. You've got your copper. That's your copper. That's your gold, Leonie. That's your champagne. Stop thinking about chocolate. Chocolate was literally just me. It's like chocolate, just chocolate, please, chocolate. That's my favourite in this one. I love that colour. Oh, Dawn is addicted to the champagne. In the glitter. Sorry, Dawn. I was starting rumours there, weren't I? But no, in the glitters. But myself, it's gold. I'm addicted to gold. You're addicted to champagne. Oh, get us. We do sound posh.
Up north.
Oh, I know. Oh, you can tell it's just a glitter. Now, if you would, well, for me anyway. Now, if you would like these, I love that. £13.49 for the last ages. The packaging's beautiful. 775790. That's your item number there. Really, really beautiful. Now, we've then got for you the dies. Now, these are new for this hour, and they are really, really cool dies. Because you're getting so much for your money. There's so many things you can do with these. Now, only £19.98 again. You're cutting the outside, you're cutting the apertures, you're cutting the detail into these. The choice is yours. You're cutting in the card. card, out the card. And because you've got so many layers, that's what gives you, oh, come here you, that's what gives you so many different effects. And I do like the detail on these. Worth embossing, of course, because once you've actually die cut them and embossed them, those open spaces, you'll get extra detail. Have a look at that. Oh, I'll show you the other one as well. So that's the other one. Now, you are getting, within this collection, 17 dies altogether. Look, I will show you some of the lovely cards that we've made there. So, again, that the team have made there. You've got the crystal drops, so where you've got the paper pricking details, that's exactly where you can put your fabulous drops, and that'll give you that beautiful finish effect, which is lovely. Now, oh, apparently it's wrong. So it isn't 17 dies, it's how many, my love? So you've got 7 dies and in Garden Gate. Then you've got 6 dies in the other one. So, yeah, that isn't good. You've got 13 dies altogether there. £19.98 is your price. Really beautiful designs. Now, the second collection that we've got for you, again, very, very pretty indeed. And, of course, they all work together. You know, whether you're mounting them onto each other, they're going to look really, really good, the whole collections. £19.98 for these. I'm going to just show you a couple of cards because they're absolutely gorgeous. I mean, have a look at that. Really, really pretty elements. Look. However you use them, beautiful. Okay, if you'd like these, it's 719722. Now then. Oh, lovely Janice is here. Hello, love.
You all right?
Yeah, you all right.
It is.
So we've got Leonie, we've got Dawny. Can I be Janny?
Of course you can. You can be whatever you want to be, Jenny.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Obviously, if I say obviously again, will you tell me to stop it? It's doing my head in. Sorry. Our Janice has just joined us. Really, really chuffed to have Janice on board with the fabulous team here at Hochanda. You're doing so well, Janice.
Oh, thank you.
I've been saying this because when I first started the switch from guest to presenting, I were rubbish. I hadn't got a clue what I were doing. I was, but you just...
Oh, you still don't love, but don't love. No, you do. You do. We love our
I know, right? I know. It's like every show I think I've done. I don't know why I'm here, really.
No, you're fabulous. I
Thank
take
you.
inspiration from the presenters and from the guests here at Hochanda and from all your lovely comments, of course, on Facebook as well. I'm new to craft. I've done a little bit in the past, but I am learning so much, and I'm learning so fast as well.
Yeah.
With all the different products that we've had over the past couple of days, my eyes are just getting bigger and bigger, and yeah, my bank balance is going to start getting smaller.
Yeah. You are going to need a special room.
I certainly am. Actually, well, you say that. I am moving into a new house, and we've got, within the property, sounds posh, but it ain't. We've got like a little stone cottage that we've adopted.
Oh.
So now I'm thinking,
Craft room.
Craft room.
So craft cottage.
Craft cottage.
Oh, my
I'm
word.
calling it the Folly. So what I need now are some nice little signs for the Folly.
Oh, how fabulous.
That's a posh.
So very posh.
That's so posh,
Yeah, but I'm being inspired, and we
Yeah.
need to get more inspired
Yes.
now. So we're going to do
Indeed,
some
so
more.
I'm going to go. I'm leaving you.
All right then.
Have a lovely time, ladies.
well,
Let's
we
go and have a
will.
brew.
Yes.
See you later.
Dawny, right, what we're going to take a look at now.
What
so
we're
we've got
going
some more
to do,
demonstrations.
we're going to do something which I'm going to get the right die this time, which I didn't last time. Let's just check. Yes, it's the right one. And I'm going to use the inside edge as a stencil.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do something I've never done. I'm not known to be a messy sort of crafter. Turn that round, and then I think if I'm right-handed, that's it. And I'll leave it there. I'll catch it when it goes off the end. Okay, it won't go anywhere. So what I thought I'd do is I'd use some texture paste.
Okay.
I can hear all the people that know me, and they're all probably going, what? Because as I say, I am quite a clean crafter usually. So what I've cut 2 out the same, and the reason I've cut 2 is to give it a little bit of a bit more depth.
Okay.
Now, if I get my glue, I'm going to glue these together so that they don't move, like this. And then I'm going to line them up like that. It's worth taking a minute just to make sure that this is lined up, because you want a nice, neat stenciling effect. Now, you could use your distress inks, your glitters, you can spritz through it, you can paint through it,
Okay.
as it is at the moment, but as I say, we're going to use it as
Could you use any embossing powders on there?
I don't see why not. I would just use one layer if I did that.
Yeah.
So let me grab myself a piece of card.
Fantastic.
Where's my card gone?
What are you looking for?
I'm actually looking for a piece of white card. Right, here it is. It's down here.
Oh,
Sorry,
there you go.
sorry. I didn't get it out. Excuse me. Excuse me for a second.
It does look a bit funny, but you've just joined us.
Right, sorry.
Welcome to
Hello,
Hochanda.
we're back.
I'm Janice, this is Dawney.
Hello. Right, so now I'm going to put this onto here, and it's worth taping it down quite well.
Okay.
So
And what tape are you using
I'm
there?
just using sort of low-tack tape. If I was doing this at home, I'd tape it down and I'd leave it
Okay,
to
why?
dry, so that there's less chance of smudging.
Right. Oh, afterwards.
You see, when I
leave
lift it
yes,
off.
Got you.
So-
I thought you meant for the glue to dry.
And I'd also probably tape these down and then leave it, but
Yeah.
we're not at home. So I'm going to get let's get rid of those bits. It's messy. Get some texture paste. You can make your own texture paste.
Can you? How?
Using our tonic PVA glue,
Right.
some talcum powder, and if you use baby powder, it smells heavenly,
Ooh.
and some just gesso. Whoopsie daisy. And
There
then
you
we're
go,
just
top tip.
literally going to smooth, yeah, because it's dear.
Now that
Make
looks
your own.
satisfying, doesn't it?
Oh, it's amazing to do. And we're just literally, like you're buttering bread,
Oh, I'm quite hungry,
okay?
actually.
I know, so am I. So it doesn't matter really so much that I've gone over the outside of this.
No. Yeah, that's not the finished article.
It's not the
just
finished
there.
article, no. Right. Then what we want to try and do, let's move that there, give me a palette knife a wipe. That's it. Is I'd leave it a few minutes,
Okay.
and then I'm going to peel this off and hope it hasn't smudged.
Ah, I
There's
see.
one.
Want to-
Eee, thank you.
I'll hold that down.
It is a bit, so perhaps if I just took the tape off. Take the tape off as well without.
Or sometimes if you get like a little implement just underneath
That's
the tape,
it.
you can start 'cause with it being the same colour. There you go.
That's it. We're nearly off. This is a bit messy.
Can we get round the front there?
That's it. Thank you. Thank you ever so much. There we
There
go.
you go.
Now, I don't know if that will... I'm going to get rid of this because it's a bit messy.
Get that.
Right. Can you see? It doesn't matter about those ripped bits, by the way.
Okay.
That's stuck to me. That's it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get... Can you see how about... I'm going to get some glitter.
What colour are we going to go for?
Champagne.
Champagne.
Oh,
of
champagne.
course.
Got to be champagne.
Got to be champagne.
And I'm just going to pour that over the wet texture paste. There you go.
Look at that. And then you can just pop that glitter.
Pop the glitter
Back
back
in.
in.
You can see that,
we
look at
don't.
that.
We don't waste none of our champagne or any other colour.
I never pour my champagne back into the bottle.
No.
In this occasion, I would. I would.
That's
now that
it.
looks lovely, doesn't it?
It's a really nice effect. Now, obviously, I can't die cut this at the moment because it's wet. So
Okay.
I've done one. There's one I've done earlier.
Right, so we'll leave this
Like that.
off to
Oops,
the
there's my
side to
ribbon.
dry.
I'm having a bit of a dropsy today.
That's all right.
So this is the finished article when it's been dried overnight. Quite.
Would you
Dry
leave
now.
it overnight?
I personally would.
Would
yeah.
could you speed up the process
With a heat gun?
with a heat gun or something maybe?
You could do.
Okay.
There's no reason why you can't. Now I'm going to use the outside edge, the large outside edge. Let's go there. Give myself a bit of tape so it doesn't move.
That won't damage any of the text paste we're putting the...
No, because this is dry.
Oh.
And what I'm going to do is just take that down there,
Okay.
run it through my machine.
And again, that won't crush the paste?
It might a little bit, but you're
it
still
won't-
going to get. It's not going to flatten it completely. No. So it doesn't matter about all those, tatty bits around the outside because you're not going to see them. And there we go.
Oh, look at that.
Let's pop you out. Get rid of you and you, and there we go.
That lovely. That is absolutely beautiful.
There is
isn't it?
dimension there.
Yep, you can
You can
see
just
that.
sort of see it there. Yeah. It's just a different way of using it. Okay.
Yep.
So what we're going to do now is put it on a card.
And pop those there for you.
And what should we we'll have a bit of dimension. We'll have a few. We haven't done any dimensions today.
Oh,
so we'll
first time for everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Stick a few of them on.
So we're just going to lift it up from the card.
That's right.
Give it a bit of depth.
And all this is a card base, bit of ribbon wrapped around a piece of design paper.
Okay.
And now I'm going to put my panel, assuming I can get that off, on the top there.
Well, this is proven to be very popular, and it is new today.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It is new today,
right.
And, you know, we're finding that people are going for this on the web. You've got the phone lines to go for if you want to as well. And you've got that £10 saving. So if it's something you've not seen before, it's new to us here today, I take the opportunity to go for this, and you're saving £10. And we're seeing some lovely, gorgeous demonstrations here from Dorney, just to help you along, give you some inspiration and some ideas. But, of course, you'll have your own inspiration and ideas once you get these home. All right.
Now, Will's hand, we're using the happy and the birthday.
Okay.
And what I've done here, I've got a piece of card and I've got some double-sided tape and I've covered the piece of card with it. And then I've cut it out with the die cut so that the double-sided tape is, that's the double-sided tape here. So what happens when I take this off is I've got a
great idea.
I've got a sticky surface now.
Oh, I love a sticky surface. Information on your screens, by the way, at the moment for you there, for your Tonic Wheels hand celebration sentiment dies.
They're lovely.
That is such a good idea.
To go.
So again, what did you do? You've got the double-sided tape.
Double-sided tape on a piece of card.
On a piece of card.
And then I die cut the sentiment.
Yep.
So that the double-sided tape, the tape, the bit that you remove, if you like, is face up.
Well, great idea, because when you have these sentiments, because, you know, they're so lovely and fine, you don't want to be sticking them with glue, do you? Because the glue will just seep through.
Look at that.
I love that.
Oh, look at my dirty hands. I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
Proper crafter now.
Dirty hands, warm heart.
Absolutely.
Or something like that.
Right, let's just get rid of that.
So or dirty hands, just great crafter.
Yeah, that's it. We've all got... This is why I don't really do mucky crafting, but I really liked doing this.
Mucky crafting. That's another show later on tonight.
Mucky crafting. Right, so now we're going to stick these down. I'm going to have one there. Let's get my glue. And just get rid of that. I stick it on the back of my hand, as everybody knows we all do this, because it's easier to, you know, stick your sentiments and your little fiddly bits down with. I've got in a right mess. Okay, let's just stick this down. There we go. We'll put that on here like that.
No,
do
that
the
is a
same
good
with
idea.
happy.
Yep.
I just think it makes it, you know, if you know somebody that likes sparkly things.
Yes.
It just makes it.
Yeah, it makes it just gives that
blingy.
extra
Blingy.
that extra bling.
Bit of bling. We all like a bit of bling. And there's that. A little errant bit of purple card there. That's going to go there, like that. And then finally, we want the double-sided tape. I'm going to put a bow on, as I said on the last demo. I've got to have a bow because it doesn't feel right without a bow. For me. Oops! Oh dear me. Right mess. Right, let's stick you on there, like that. Get rid of you, and then stick my bow on there. And then finally, here's another little tip for the glitter.
Yep.
I'm just going to put this on my hand. So I've got an old fan brush here. It's years old. Yeah, it doesn't really paint very well now. But if you just put a little bit of glue on it.
Yeah.
And then just swipe it. This is one of our paper flower, which I've made. Just swipe it like that. Because if you do it with a brush that's with closed bristles, it's going to look too... I just want it sort of here and there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course. Not too condensed.
Not too condensed.
How about getting the glue off that brush?
Yes, if I was at home, I would go and wash it straight away.
You can reuse it. Oh, look at that.
So you've just got a little bit
I love that.
It's pretty, isn't it?
That is really nice.
Just here and there.
Well, if you use silver on there as well, or another colour, it could look like snow.
That's
just glistening.
Absolutely, yeah, it would look nice. Okay, we're nearly done.
I love that. Just pick that up and show you.
It's nice, isn't it? Yeah. Let's get rid of that.
Look at that.
Give me dust.
I've got glue on my hand now.
Have you got it on you as well?
It's fine.
And then finally, I'm going to...
So maybe, yeah, we could put some of the Nouveau drop in the middle.
You could put the Nouveau drops in. Yeah, should we do that?
Yeah, shall we?
What
colour
should we
What colour should we go
with?
for? In the middle of that, I'm going to go for green.
You're going to go for green?
Think. Yeah, I'm going to go for green.
Okay.
Green and gold.
Green and gold.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put that on there because I want to stick my flower down. If I can get the tape off. Hates me, this stuff. Let's see, it just won't come off. At home, it pops off, no problem.
That's fine. It's live
Yeah.
TV.
There we go.
There you go.
So we're just going to give that a squish up.
A scoosh.
Put that in the
See,
middle.
all these new terms I'm learning as well.
A bit of a scoosh and put that in the centre there.
Oh, lovely. Oh, that is nice. Oh, now some more.
And there's our card.
Yeah, that's it. I love it.
Just lift it.
Perfect, perfect.
There you
It does.
go.
It just lifts it, gives it that extra dimension, doesn't it? Just
Pretty,
by
isn't it?
adding that Nouveau to it.
So,
Isn't that
so
lovely?
use them as stencils, use
Yes.
your dyes as stencils, use your texture pastes, use your paints, your glitters, and then, as I say, you can use your glue just to add a little tiny bit here and there to your flowers. Even if it was a shop-bought flower,
Yeah.
not a paper flower that you've made, you can
Yeah.
still do that with it.
I think that's fantastic. And so many lovely little tips that you're giving us as well, Dawn, which is
thank
really
you.
useful. And that's what we do here at Hochanda. We take our time. We've got some fantastic guests, some excellent demonstrations. And, of course, if you've got any ideas and you want to share them with us, you can email us here at studio@hochanda.com. We're always open for ideas and it's brilliant. And, you know, we can always follow our lovely guests on Facebook as well.
Yes, you can.
Yeah,
Yes,
which
I'm
is
on
great.
there.
So let's go and take a look at the dies that we've used for this particular project. It's the Tonic Pattern Paisley and Paisley Dot and Drop. Are we getting 17 dies or is that still 13? That is 17 on here. Your introductory price on this, you are actually saving £10. So you're making a great saving there. £19.98 pence through, plus your P&P. But remember, if you're part of the Freedom Club, you've got your P&P included, so that's always worthwhile being a member of. We're going to head back to Leonie now, but thank you, Dawny, for those great demonstrations. Hopefully we'll get back to you a little later on in the show. Oh, I'm coming over with Leonie.
Yeah, come
Oh,
in.
sorry. Bye, Dawny.
Bye, Donny. I've been crafting.
Have you? What have you been doing?
Look, before...
I've got crafty hands as well.
Have you got mucky bars?
Yeah.
Not quite as mucky as me, kid.
No. I'll get them.
Oh,
I'll
yes.
get them more mucky.
I'll show
as
you
we go
some
on.
product to get mucky
Oh,
with.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Right.
Now then, okay,
Okay.
Janice. So, first of all, these fantastic dies.
Yeah, these are brilliant, aren't they? And what a great deal we're getting on these. If I just lift this out, show you the other side. Oops, one's falling out. There
I
we
know,
go.
they keep escaping.
They do keep escaping. Yeah, I love this. Because you've got the different sizes here, you can use these together. You can use them separately as well, but you've got lots of different sizes there, from the smallest one in the middle working its way out. So you can have a lot of fun with that. You can use more than one, of course, and then start to layer that up if you want to, which is brilliant, which
They're
I think
gorgeous.
is a good idea, yeah.
And the thing is with these as well, Janice, they're so...
Had to happen. Had to happen.
Boom.
Apologies.
Do you know what? Funnily enough, it's been one of these shows. I keep, every time I've been on with Tonic today, I've knocked stuff over.
Have you?
Oh, Dawny was saying she had dropsies as well. You've just joined in.
Yeah, it's all good, isn't it? You've got to do it for the first
Now
time.
you're part of the family.
Now we'll have the floor manager crawling in. I can go around and get them if you want.
Sorry,
there you go.
Shauna.
Yeah, just
There
crawl
she
in.
is.
There you
Oh,
go.
poor
There you go.
Shauna.
Bless.
And then
So
normally
good.
she subtly just hands them up. So, you have got both of these.
Yes.
See, they're fabulous because you can create beautiful apertures, you can create layers.
Yes.
Because they're nesting dies, it means that increment allows you to create so many different
Okay,
looks.
tell me aperture. That's the word that I'm hearing. So.
Okay, so an aperture
So if
is...
you're new to crafting like me and you're seeing the products we've got here and you want to get into it,
I like
hopefully I'm
that
asking
question.
the right question.
You are indeed. So it's basically, now like with your
Yeah,
cameras.
yeah.
So that's your aperture. So
Right,
it's
in the middle.
basically the hole. Yeah,
Brilliant.
so it's the bit in the middle that we've got there. So that would be your aperture.
Yeah.
With this one, for instance, that will be your aperture if it was an open card, because that would be the opening.
Right, got you.
But there's so many things you can do with these, you can use them to actually decorate as a standalone piece, or they can be your frame. You know, they're a beautiful frame die, and that draws everything into the centre.
That's lovely, isn't it?
It's exquisite, really isn't it? I know Nikki asked us to see this one because that's cute.
Oh, look at that, yeah. Be happy, be busy.
And you see, this is lovely because this top piece of card, that's been cut into because you can cut into the card. Yeah. And then behind it, you've got all that beautiful, like the tiny little hexagon background in the back, which looks excellent. And I love this, actually, because that has just been, they've been cut over and over again, chopped in half, and then stretched. So because they've been chopped in half, it means when you layer them up, you kind of extend the die, so you extend the pattern,
so
which I think is really pretty. Oh, it's just immense.
It really is amazing, isn't it? I love that. I love that. And layering it up as well. And you can even layer it up and layer it out. Yeah. If you want to.
Oh yeah, there's so much.
Yeah, you can do with that, which is brilliant. Just give it a bit more depth and dimension.
Absolutely. If you do want these, 659 361, that's your item number. Did you find one you like?
Yeah, for obvious reasons.
Cheeky bit of foot, eh?
Yeah, cheeky bit of foot.
Now, is there a specific colour going on
there? Well, there is a nice blue, a nice foxy blue going on there.
Blue, right,
that is lovely though, isn't it? And really personalise the card.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, sometimes trying to find the right card for the right person. Maybe someone is interested in football, maybe someone is interested in bees, for example. Exactly. And you can actually put that together and create it yourself. That's what I love.
That's cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
And very clean and crisp, because you're using a die, it's going to be the same every single time.
Yeah, that's what I love about die cuts. They are crisp, they are very precise, and it just gives you that wonderful finish, very, very professional finish that you've done there at home.
Every single time. Now, 659 361, that's your item number. It's your hexagon and your octagon. Only £24.98, saving £7 there. Now, the next collection that we've got are these two at the bottom. And these are lovely because, again, you've got the different shapes going on
I'm not
there.
touching any of those, otherwise they'll go flying off.
Well, did you notice how we're doing that as well?
We're just pointing. Actually, you have to point with your thumbs now, because it's rude to point with your finger.
Oh, you're having a laugh.
No, it's true. It's true.
Who said this?
Yes. So when politicians do speeches, you know, once upon a time, I'm going to turn to Leonie because I don't want to point at you at home. And they used to go, we'll do this for you, we'll do that for you. Oh, yeah. Can't do that anymore. It has to be the thumb. We're going to do this for you. So it's all about the thumb.
That's ridiculous.
See them down there?
It's very hard to point with your thumb.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, there you go. But however we point...
It looks a little bit ridiculous, doesn't it? Yeah, we'll move away from that.
Giving them the thumbs up. But yeah, some gorgeous shapes there, haven't you?
Yeah.
And you've got, again, you've got those different sizes that you can use separately. You can use together. You can build them up as well, which would be really nice.
Yes, absolutely.
And you can mix and match. Yeah. You don't have to build them up just with the one design. You can actually mix and match, which we've done.
And you can see that when you look at them, you can see that they are going to blend together absolutely beautifully.
Here's a great way of doing that with those, which is really nice. Again, just building that up.
And it is nice, you know, whether you use them portrait, whether you use them landscape, you will get a different look to those.
It's about practicing, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, practice with these, do different things, take inspiration from us here and from Dawny, of course, and all the demos that you see online.
And I love it, you know, when you get a die set, just get loads of scrap paper, your bills. Yes. Your bills are fabulous to die cut.
Let's dye the bills.
And, die cut all your electricity bills.
As long as you don't leave all your details just going around the outside with your bank details and give them to somebody.
What, with the court order? Only joking.
That could be inside your aperture.
Guess what? Guess what you forgot? Bad day. But what you can do, what I was going to say, rather than make cards out of your bills, but you could do if you want, is just get used to your dies.
It's a good way to practice.
Yes, it's brilliant because then you can see just how many configurations you can get, and because you're getting both sets, it's great to mix and match them up.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay. If you'd like those, it is £24.98. You're saving £7.4064. What have we got next, Janice?
We've got some hearts and diamonds, and we can do some wonderful cards. I love this one here. What a great idea. Yeah, so you've got your apertures there.
Your apertures, proper apertures
the love hearts in the middle. I think that's lovely, isn't it? So different.
And it's exquisite because you're cutting the aperture with the die, but then this bit around the edge, you're creating that with the die. So again, it's giving you that depth, which is gorgeous. And then, of course, you've got
and depth, which is great.
And you've got your little angy bits in the middle.
Do you know what'd be nice? You can make collages as well.
Oh, yeah.
Can't you? You know?
And the hearts are really handy for anything, whether it's mixed media, whether you're creating... these are beautiful for things around the home.
Yeah, we've got Valentine's Day coming up.
Indeed.
That's not far away, you know.
Oh,
so we're almost at the end of January. January.
I know.
Honestly, I was looking at my diary today and I couldn't believe it.
I know. It's scary, isn't it?
Where's it going?
I know. I look at it and think, oh, I've missed loads of things that I meant to have done. It's quite ridiculous.
That's why you need to make some cards so you can remind yourself of that. But it's absolutely gorgeous. It really is. Lots of different things that you can make from your dies. What do you wish?
Now, this one's cool.
Yeah.
I'll open it up because this is the actual, this is a little easel card. So it goes like that.
Okay. I like that.
And
That's
the
brilliant.
actual, this has been made out, Janice. So the top one is one of the hearts.
Yeah.
The bottom, now can you see the way that you cut these? If you actually fold your card over, you put the die on the top, so it's actually just sitting off the card.
Right.
So the top element isn't cut, and that's how you get that full card.
So you fold
from
the card
one heart.
over, like so. And then place that through and just have that just off.
Yes, so the cut edge isn't cutting the whole thing, so it doesn't, and that's how you make a full card.
Well, great idea.
Because it's a plain die, it's going to cut through 2 layers of cardstock.
They'd look nice on a table set for a wedding or something.
Yeah, aren't they pretty?
Name cards, they're just gorgeous.
Yeah, and they're nice size for name cards.
Yeah,
now, if you'd like this set, again, you are making a £7 saving, just £24.98, 242 431.
Okay.
That's your item number.
Now, I love working with these.
These are a bit cool, aren't
well,
they?
we added these to the flower a little earlier on when we were working with Dorney on one of the demonstrations, and we thought, right, this would be a great idea, and we just added it to the middle, and then we added some more on the sides, and it really made it stand out, so it's brilliant.
Yeah. The beautiful, and the way it self-levels is a little bit magic.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, how do you do that?
Yeah.
Even if you put them in they've got a cheeky peak,
Yeah.
they will self-level. And I like them because you can go really fine, really delicate, or get big chunky ones like this.
Yeah, you can. I mean, depends how much you squeeze them, so you can do real tiny dots like you say, but look at that, you can see those, and self-leveling, just absolutely perfect. You can see that there. It's almost like that game you used to play, do you remember, where, oh, what was its name? You used to put the pegs in. Mastermind. And you used to put the pegs in, and then you hid them, and then you had to guess what colours the pegs were in. It was called Mastermind. I'm sure it's called Mastermind.
I've probably still got it at home.
Like
yeah, I think I've... Yeah, I do remember that.
You can download it as an app as well.
Really?
Just reminded me. But yeah, you won't need to guess with these colours because you can see them, they're clear through. But yeah, some fantastic ideas.
Lovely,
to
aren't
use
they?
those for. Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. You're saving £3, only £9.99, and last you absolutely ages. And they've got a lovely flow to them. 293011. That's your item number. Now, check the website out, hochanda.com. That's how you'll find everything. Or how else could they order from us, Janice?
Oh, well, you can order, of course, on the phones if you want to. Talk to the lovely call centre. I've just been upstairs to see them. They're working great. Yeah, very busy. Yeah, I've had a nosy round, and they'll answer all your questions, which is fabulous. And of course, you can order from us on the web as well. And when you do order on the web, we always give you some nice suggestions and ideas for other items that you might want or that might work in conjunction with the products that you're buying in this show.
Now, if you do want anything, do check those baskets out, remember. Now, if... are we all together? We're all together.
Yeah.
How long have we got? Oh, God,
going
to send poor Janice
9 minutes?
off.
5 minutes?
Oh,
Five
well, Johnny
minutes.
will be able to manage.
Okay.
Am I sending our Janice off?
Am I off?
Oh,
okay.
Our Janice.
Shall
we stay?
I want to see more
Shall we all be
things.
together?
Yeah, let's all be together.
Or shall I disappear? Hey?
You can always go down those fake stairs that we've got behind the counter. There you go.
Right, we'll do this one really
Right, Johnny, what have we got?
Right, so we're going to make a layered card.
5 minutes.
We're going to use our inside edges. Now, let's cut. So all I've done is I've stuck a piece on there. I've cut an inside edge out there, out of my white card, and then I'm going to cut the same out of here. I've put a little mark. I don't know if you can see. There's a
just
tiny
in the middle.
Little mark there.
Can we get that?
And I did it with my pokey tool, and it's gone through both layers.
I'm loving this
now,
pokey tool.
Hopefully, they'll line up.
So what's that mark for?
Just so I know it's the centre.
Right.
Because I want it to sit over the top of that.
Perfect. Okay. Oh yeah. Right. So there's the other mark on the other one.
Mark on that.
Yeah.
So hopefully
the mark in the middle there.
Top.
There you go.
Okay. We cut this
the pokey tool
out.
it went through.
This is a super quick one. This. Thanks
Are you
to
all right?
our lovely design team who's prepped this
look at that.
beautifully. So I've done that. Now the next thing is I want to cut my aperture in there. because I want to see that through it.
Right, okay.
That makes sense?
It certainly does
I
now.
don't know where my tape's gone. I'll wing it. Let's hope and pray this don't move. There we go.
Will that tape help?
That's all right.
Okay.
I'll chance it.
Okay, I love that.
I'm living on the edge again. Living on the edge again.
Brilliant.
So we've used the inside edges, and now we've used an outside edge to create the aperture.
Okay.
And hopefully then,
I'll grab that.
what you can see is that will sit on top of there.
Perfect.
Like that.
Oh, now that looks
It's
nice.
pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really nice. Now, we'll stick it down with some glue, I think. No, we won't. We'll add a little bit of dimension.
Okay.
Do it really
Yeah,
quickly.
I thought that would be nice with the three different layers.
That's it.
So we've just used 2 parts of the die, which you just hit.
Inside edge and outside edge for the main
and
piece.
outside edge. So just those two, those two to create this wonderful card that Dawney's putting together for us. And we're just adding a bit of depth now with the
foam
tape.
pads.
I like that.
I do. I like a bit of foam paddage. Right, and that's going to go on there, lined up. And then finally, we're going to
add another layer.
Add another little layer of this. I'm going to just stick
just
a
got
few
2.5 minutes left.
Yeah, we're all right. Lots of time. So I'll put a bit in that corner there, a bit in this corner here. Oops, go away.
Of course, all the products will be available if they are available after the show, but if they are sitting in your baskets, I would definitely check them out now.
Yeah, at this price.
Yeah.
So you can do so much. I should just point out as well that, especially your big layering dies that we've got down the other end, they're fabulous if you're into sewing. If you back your fabric with some Bonder web or something like that to stabilise it, that's right. It's brilliant. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Really good helper. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
That's going to go in the
I
middle.
just want to get my crafty hands.
Do you? Just get your crafty hands. And then I'm going to just stick that on. Unfortunately, I've left my glue gun somewhere else. So it's all right. It's okay.
Okay.
I'm just going to... A little bit there.
Do you know what? I think you've done remarkably well in that time.
Yeah.
So we've not even hit 5 minutes, and look what you've created with those 2 dies.
Yeah.
Which is brilliant.
So say for your apertures, for your frames, anything like that, these are perfect. And so if you've not cut fabric with them, I would urge you to have a go.
Okay.
Not your fancy edges,
yeah,
but your plain, your layering dies, like that we've got down there.
That's a good idea.
Perfect. If you're into quilting,
yeah,
you know. Now, have we got time just to put a couple of drops?
Yeah, we've got time. Yeah, we've always got time.
We've got time for a couple of drops. Okay, fringe out the way. So I'm just following. I'm going to do every other one.
Yeah.
These little pinpricks, as Leonie said, are there.
Now, this just shows you how precise you can be and how delicate you can be if you want to.
Yeah, because if I was doing this by eye, not in a million years would I get the spacing.
And you'll see that even if this trailing up, it's just dropping back down.
That's right.
As Leonie says, self-leveling. It's brilliant, isn't it?
I love it.
Yeah, it
Oh,
really
Dawney,
is.
we have literally got little seconds remaining.
Right.
Is this you for the end of the day, Dawney?
No,
or have
my
you got another
darling,
show?
I've got one more at 7 with Yanis.
Hey!
We're done.
Yanis and
We're done.
Janice.
Look at
There
that.
you go.
Absolutely beautiful.
That's
well done.
stunning.
Well done. That is.
Thank you very much, Dawney. And thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm sure you'll definitely agree with me. Janice is doing amazing. Make sure you tune in with Dawney over at 7. Thank you, ladies.
We'll see you later.
Thank you. Bye.
So still to come on Hochanda this afternoon and this evening, we've got Spectrum Aqua coming up with Yanis, I can see over in the other side of the studio. Sewing with Threaders is coming up. Oh, sorry, Sewing with Threaders is coming up next after that. And then later on, we've got Dies by Sue Wilson. We'll see you in just in a moment.
Hello, I'm Kathy.
And I'm Mel.
And together we're Pink Ink Designs.
We're a small independent company who produce hand-illustrated fabric patterns.
And we digitally print all our designs onto fabric for you to colour, embroider and decorate with three-dimensional elements.
We've been coming to Hochanda for almost a year. We absolutely love coming and working with the team over there, but even more, we love bringing our products to show you.
And we're looking forward to sharing our top tips with you, how to paint, embroider and make really bespoke patterns.
Hi, I'm Emma.
And I'm Pam.
And we're from Quilters Trading Post. We've been open since 2007, so we're coming up to 10 years now.
We started our business in Cambridge, really, with a long-arm quilting machine. We decided we wanted to make a proper business of it, so we bought a shop in this area. We soon grew out of that because we became successful, and we bought a school, and now we're in the school.
We have 4 parts to our business. We have the quilting service, we run workshops, we sell patchwork and quilting threads, fabrics and notions, and we do patterns and books. That's our newest thing, and our favourite being our Crafters Carry-All.
We've really enjoyed being on Hochanda. It's made us famous, really. We've got lots of people who now come into the shop and tell us that they've seen us, and that they've enjoyed the demonstrations, and they've watched us over and over again.
Make sure you don't miss our shows here on Hochanda.
Hello everybody, a warm welcome. We have got another fantastic hour with the lovely Fiona.
Hello.
We were breaking records in
Yeah,
our last hour.
we were.
12 o'clock hour, and I know why, because working here at Hochanda as the presenter, we always have a meeting before a show, before any show. When Fiona saw this bundle, her eyes nearly popped out their head.
Yes, they did.
And I wish I took a picture of her face. We were showing the price. We're over 2/3 of stock gone. I'll explain why. Because what you are getting here, Fiona, the latest Spectrum Noir Aqua pens.
Yep.
So popular.
Yeah, these
But-
launched about 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah.
I did the launch of them. Brand new colours. I think there might be one replica with the other sets of 12. But these are new colours to add to your range. Extraordinary. You've got some fantastic greens in there, as well as your brights, which are your primary colours. These are watercolour wonderfulness.
Yeah, I mean, that's the perfect description. But Fiona, we've got, I mean, a pile of the most beautiful inspirations. One thing you said in the previous hour is they're so forgiving. So whether you're just starting out experienced crafter, you can have some fun with these.
This was really where I started my crafting journey. I love these pens with an absolute passion because I think they are so accessible for everyone. They feel like a pen, but look what you can do. And when I say no talent required, I don't mean that funnily. I mean, you can use them to stamp with, spritz them with some
incredible.
water. Amazing results.
So now they've gone from being your aqua pens to using them as ink your stamps, which blows me away. What about this, creating the most beautiful background?
Yeah. And you know, that's funny because I did that on a show and that was really one of those, if you can do a potato print, you can do that background. Amazing, using a stencil. And I still can't figure out what I'm going to do with it, but I keep bringing it in because I love it.
Love it too. Or if you do have some stamps you fall in love with, you can totally bring new life into them. That is beautiful. What about decoupaging, using as toppers? Stunning.
These are amazing, and the thing is, really, you know, you will build your talent with these. So even if you're an absolute beginner, we are going to go right back to the beginning and show you how to create backgrounds, how to start stamping with them. You know, immediately, because you can actually draw these direct onto stamps and stamp with them, you think of this as 24 individual ink pads, as well as watercolour pads.
Brilliant.
I mean, it is just mind-boggling. And when Yanis said my face dropped, honestly,
really
I'm so glad nobody had a camera because I could not believe. If you bought Debbie's one-day special that she had on this week with these amazing pads on, imagine. And again, that is just scribbling on a mat, spritzing it, and then picking it up with the paper.
So good.
Incredible. Incredible.
What I would say, just talking from a crafty perspective, now we're going to break down the price in just a moment, But as a medium, because they're water-based, suddenly the techniques and the potential marriages open up.
Yeah, so easy to do. And you've got a double-ended pen, you've got a really fine nib on one side, you've got a brush nib on the other.
Yes.
You're going to get all of them. But I love this particular opportunity because these are normally, each one of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, those 6 would cost you £12.99.
Wow.
£12.99 for those 6. And you're getting 4 packs of 6.
Which is phenomenal.
Amazing.
For £37.97, but I'm going to break down this price for you because I'm just turning it around because I want to show you something. I want to show you the other side. This side, there we go. Wanted to show you that. So you're getting the brushstroke nib and then you're getting your bullet detail nib. I apologise to Chris, our director, because I messed that up. Look, what I would say...
Yes.
As crafters, this is what you want. Firstly, you want to start with a medium that you're going to use.
You definitely do.
It's water-based, so you can try different techniques. You can faux bleach with it. You can incorporate your sparkle overlays on there. We've got some fantastic watercolour pencils. They all work together. But also, and this is the real key as well, you are getting it for such a good price. Latest colourways, the latest release of colours. Now, as Fiona was quite right saying, if you were to buy one of these packs, that would be £12.99. So you can go onto our website. Actually, we'll prove it to you. We're going to put the details on the screen. £12.99 for just one, OK? Now, check this out, because Fiona, at home, this is how I'd be approaching it as a crafter. You're getting the pens, but you're also getting, as part of this bundle, the storage and you're getting the watercolour paper.
And now, can I just say, you're getting 4 trays. That will store 48 pens.
So you can expand.
Storage on its own, £19.99.
OK, so there's the thing. Firstly, you're getting a half-price saving. That in itself, if we left it there, just for the pens, would have been an amazing deal. You're getting storage, and Fiona, am I right in saying you need to invest in that storage? So it's something you will buy. This isn't anything just thrown in. It's there for a reason, because these pens need to be stored correctly so the ink doesn't flood to one side. But also, you can see here all of them on display you're using.
Fantastic.
So take the £19.99 off the £37.97. Suddenly the price comes down to £17.98. But then you're getting the watercolour paper. Premium watercolour paper, 15 sheets. Again, that's a consumable. That's something you will buy at some point to make the most of your pens. That's £3.99. That's bringing your price down to £13.99. You will, if this wasn't included in the bundle, you would at some point get the storage. You would get the watercolour paper. So take the price off. In effect, that £37.97 in real terms comes down to £13.99, which effectively, if one of these was it's £12.99, for £13.99 you're getting all of it. I know you've got actually something to give me.
Effectively, I'm going to buy one of these.
OK.
So I'll give you £12.99.
Yeah, OK.
And then for everything else, I'm going to give you that.
Well, if we can just see Fiona being very... There we go.
So
you're getting the complete collection. For an extra, there it is, an extra £1. Fiona, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
There it is. I'll keep
That's
that.
last seen now.
I'll keep it. I'm kidding. I'll leave that there. But look, what we did want to illustrate, because it's such an important point, this is the best price I've seen these personally as a package. We got 2.5 minute queues on the phone lines. We really did genuinely break records in the 12 o'clock hour. An extremely popular bundle, I see why. Details on your screen, £37.97. But not only that, you can split it down into 2 flexi payments of £18 and some change. We're going to show that on your screen in just a moment. Your item number, 078532. We are approaching 70% of the stock.
Wow.
We're 5 minutes into the show. What?
Wow.
I don't think we're actually busier than at 12.
Yeah.
At 12,
that's
we're so busy.
Crazy.
All right, busy on the phone lines, busy online, which is just busy. This, we will be seeing in action in just a moment. It's the first time you're looking at the Aqua pens. They're special.
They are.
We're going to take a look at exactly what you're getting. So you are getting the storage, you're getting that watercolour paper, and you're getting a set of the latest colours brought to you by Spectrum Noir Aqua pens. Can I just say as well, there are no duplicates. Well, one, we were talking about this, so if you've got the complete collection, Sea Breeze might be similar to something you've already got in your collection, but I tell you what, out of all those pens, if you're only getting one that's kind of similar, then that's a win.
You know, the reason why we did that is because these came in collections. It was your brights, your landscapes in there, your earth tones, and we wanted those collections to be standalone in their own right. So it was a deliberate decision. But do you know what? I would grab them because the reds in there are amazing.
They really are. Okay, speaking of amazing, watercolour pencils. So, do you know somebody who's looking to get into their watercolouring? It could be you. It could be maybe a member of the family that's studying, going to classes, maybe younger members of the family doing GCSEs, A-levels, university. These are artist quality. Because you actually...
These are amazing.
You said a story that stuck with me, Fiona. So, in the past, you've bought, not this brand, totally different brand of watercolour pencils. What was your experience?
When I started crafting, I bought some watercolour pencils because I thought, oh, they look like a pencil. I can do colouring with a pencil and I can add watercolour and they'll move. Well, I coloured this thing in, Julie, and I added the watercolour and nothing happened. And I thought... What's going on? Oh, well, and you know, I've still got them and they're barely used and they sit on a shelf in my craft room because I can't bear to throw them away and I can't, in all good faith, give them to anyone because they don't do what they're meant to do. Then I was given a set of these and the first thing I did when I made the set of these was I scribbled them on the piece of card and I drew the colour out and it was so easy because what you've got here is you have got the most incredible pigment but with a binder which just dissolves. The minute you add water to it, it just dissolves. You don't get those harsh lines. You don't get colour sat there that you can't move if you put a nuclear bomb underneath it. It really is tremendous and the colours that you're getting here, I think we said this last time, $29.99 per tin with 24 pencils is an amazing price. At full price, these are incredible, but you don't have to choose. You are getting all 96 pencils,
the complete
and they
collection.
Work with the pens. So, you know, if you've got some, you can mix and match, you can play with them together. Look at the vibrancy of the colour on those birds' wings. You know, these are just stunning. They're one of those deals which comes around once a flood, and honestly, it's about right place, right time with these because these are
great
incredible.
Description. Look, what I would say, I had a little play, so I came into the studio a little bit early, and I picked up some scraps from the bin. I didn't want to use the papers you're going to use for a demo. And that sounds bad. No, I just had some watercolour paper that Fiona put in the bin, and I scribbled a bit of the pencil onto paper. Used the brush, the watercolour brush, and what blew me away, and this is the important bit, these are why these are artist quality, exactly how Fiona described, the movement. So suddenly all the lines that you scribbled on the paper disappeared and all that pigment just washes across and creating the most beautiful watercolour. So effectively, you have got the complete collection, artist quality. What I would say, first and foremost, the colour palette that you are getting, starting with the essentials. Now that creates the most beautiful, delicate skin tones and your greys. I mean, you will be able to create, you can just see it there, the most wonderful natural skin tones. But then going through, transitioning to the floral, look at how you get that beautiful blend, wonderful colours just washing through. Moving on, you've got your primaries. Now, the primaries designed to catch your eye. They're punchy, they're vibrant, they really do have a kick. And then finally, you have got your naturals, which give you the sweeping, dramatic scenery. Maybe you want to go, you can just see some imagery by the harbour there, but you can create wonderful vistas. So you've got the full complement, 96 pencils in total. But can I just draw your attention to the price? Normally, all of this, and it is so impressive to look at, would cost you £119.96. That is good value at that price. Now, you might be thinking, well, it's over £100, but genuinely, if you think, for artist quality watercolour pencils, £29.99 per tin, that's good value. What we've done is we halved that, but also the first flexi payment on the show today, and they have very special shows today, you are getting all of this for £29.99. That's effectively how much you'd pay for one tin, your first flexi payment. Today, we get everything out to you, and then in 4 weeks' time, you pay your remainder. Whichever option you go for, maybe you want to go for both. What I will say, and I guarantee I stand by this, I've used them both, they're exceptional quality at exceptional value. Really the best of the best. We've got details on your screen, 710757, your item number. You're going to see Fiona play around with these, and you will see why they're so special. Now, we've also got a fantastic CD-ROM for you as well, teaching you techniques, tips and tricks. So if you are looking to educate yourself with a Spectrum Noir Aqua pen, pens, great way to do it. $14.99, full of projects that you get to do. So you've got a fantastic resource there. $14.99 your price, 406-942 your item number. We've also got the Royal and Lanical brushes. These sell out again and again and again. They are back in stock at the moment, and they will be the perfect partner to the aqua or the pencils, the Spectrum Noir Aquas or the watercolour pencils. $9.95 your price. You're getting a selection of different brushes, each one serving the purpose. They are exceptionally good quality. Sheena picked these out and selected them especially. 591-498 your item number. They are back in stock. If you missed out before, now's the time to get those. You will not regret that. We've also got some Pebeo drawing gum, allowing you to mask. It's masking fluid, so it allows you to mask off and create some beautiful effects with your artwork. $9.99 your price. A little goes a long way, so that will last you a while. 471-748 your item number there. Okay. So we're just going back to aqua pens, extremely popular. What makes them so special?
Okay, so what I thought is, if you are the person who's just joined us and you're sitting there going, what is all the fuss about? Come and have a look at this. So you have got a double-ended pen. Yeah. On this end, you have got a really, really fine nib, and you can tell the little diagram tells you that's your fine nib. And then on the other end, you have got the most incredible, incredible brush. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, look how juicy these are. So you can use them direct to paper, which is amazing. So you've got that incredible intensity of colour. But if you take a damp brush and just watercolour this out, this is
what
why.
I was doing,
look at
Fiona.
this. Look, look, look. Look,
Wow.
so all of those tones you have got. This will keep going.
Look at that
If I had a
graduation.
bigger piece of paper, that would keep going even longer. I mean, that is beautiful. As well as that, look, you can use things like your sparkle pens. So there we go, another piece of colour. Now, this is just one of our clear sparkle pens. That's Prussian blue, by the way. I love that colour.
Yeah.
Now, look.
Imagine for your night scenery.
Yeah, I mean, just look. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Can you see that sparkling already? And that will go. Look at. Oh my word! But of course, these are water-based. So if we get a red there,
will they contaminate the clear sparkle pens?
Right. Okay. This is how you clean your clear sparkle pen. Just keep going.
And they disappear
until the colour is gone.
Gotcha.
That's it. So if I've got a red there, that's quite an orangey red, but let's say I wanted it to be even more orangey. So let's pop some of this. Here we go. There we are. So we've got a yellowy one there. But then we can mix these. Where's my brush? Look at this. So we pick up some of that orange and some of that yellow, and we can make a blend between the two. Now, if I just dry that quickly, can you see? So you can change the colour, and the colours are staying true. Where's my little brush? I'm going to dry this, and I'll tell you what, shall I do the same with the pencils? Because if you're sitting at home thinking, do I go for the pens? Do I go for the pencils? Do you know, at this kind of opportunity, if you can stretch to it, quite honestly, I'd be saying to you, you know, they work so well together, and I'll show you that during the demonstrations today. The pens I use a lot for my backgrounds because I can scribble them on glass. My pencils I use for my fine detail, where I want to get the real intricacy of colour as well.
What I love about the pens too, when we talk about versatility, and it's something we were discussing on the previous show, you can use them to stamp, which blows me away, Fiona. So suddenly we create our backgrounds, and you get a wonderful effect when you do stamp them. But that's phenomenal.
Look at that. Can you
Sunrise
see?
and midnight skies.
Ah, beautiful. Okay, so should we have a play with the pencils as well? Right, let me clear that off. Let me just grab a set of the pencils up.
So, Fiona, I was kind of educated in the sense, looking for quality when it comes to artistic mediums, especially pencils, pens. The quality of the pigment is denoted in the movement, and the way you can just see what Fiona's just done, how you keep that intensity and that colour as you're graduating it out. That is a sign of using the quality of pigment used in the pens. I mean, that's spectacular. But also, here's the important bit, because they're water-based, they'll work with your watercolour pencils, they'll work with your clear overlays. So the techniques you can use suddenly now expand out. That's important.
Now, look, you can see I have literally just scribbled, and it is a scribble. It haven't even done that with any kind of finesse whatsoever.
No.
They really are scribbled. So if I go in first with water, look at this.
Oh,
my word. This is what I mean about these popping with colour. But look what I haven't got. What I haven't got is lines of scribbled colour left there, because that binder has just dissolved immediately, which is just incredible. There we go. That's gorgeous. Now,
that demo blows me away.
You want to do the same with a sparkle pen? Let's do the same with the sparkle pens. Look at that.
What?
Oh, my word. Absolutely gorgeous. So,
stunning.
Again, what you can't see, apart from where I'm tracking with my brush, you cannot see any lines where I've scribbled.
Yeah.
Yellow and blue there.
By the way, just to let you know, over 60% of the pencils, the complete collection, you're getting 96 in total, 4 tins, every colour you could possibly wish for. 60% of the stock's gone. Half price saving, phenomenal value, and the quality, and hopefully now in the demonstrations you can really appreciate when we say these are good quality. Fiona, you were talking before about the pencils that you had in the past, you bought, and you've got no movement with them. Here you can actually see the movement.
You know, I mean, I really didn't, and I bet you've got pencils at home. I bet you have done exactly the same as me. You know, you've gone into the shop and you've seen those 100 pencils for £1, which say watercolour on them, well, or, you know, ish. And you pick them up and you've gone, oh, bargain. And then you get them home and they don't do what you want. They scratch and they won't move. You could put a nuclear bomb under them and they would just stay there. But then when you've got something like this, now look at that. That colour has just released the minute I've put either my water or my sparkle pen on, where I've mixed my yellow and blue, just scribbling on the surface. That should not give me a constant green, but it has, and that's pigment quality plus binder quality gives you a premium pencil which you will adore using. A premium artist quality pencil at that price. Now, when you consider normally at full price £119.96 would be a good, it's a good price for artist quality pencils. You're getting them for half price, and your first flexi payment, £29.99, is the same price as it will cost to get one of those tins. Just taking a look at what you're actually getting. So you are getting 4 of the tins, 96 pencils in total. You are getting your essentials. You're also getting your florals, you're getting your primaries, and you're getting your naturals. So for every occasion, here you can see the primaries that will get that real punch of a colour coming through. Then you've got your essentials to get your skin tones, those warm colours to achieve those wonderful natural skin tones. Maybe your florals, those delicate colours that we see in nature, you're able to replicate, has such impact. But then you've also got your naturals, which allow you to create the scenes. As someone looking to explore watercolour, you really want to have a go at taking on those big dramatic vistas. You can do it whether it's a seascape or a landscape. £29.99 today, your first flexi payment. We are approaching 2/3 of the stock here. Whether it's an investment for you, whether it's an investment for somebody in your family, could be GCSEs, could be A-levels, could be university, this is a set that really will last you the test of time. Okay, we're going back to the pens now, and I'm using just the pens that we've got in the deal today, and I'm using Verdant Green, Prussian Blue because I love it, and Hot Pink. And we're going to make a background. Hot Pink's cool. And then what we're going to do now, the only reason I make a mark on my mat is so that I only scribble on my mat in that space. That's all that is. Now, these techniques, by the way, these are techniques which you will find on that CD-ROM, and it's Leanne, and it's exactly how I actually learned how to do this, was exactly from that. They sent me a set of the pens, and they sent me that CD-ROM, and I literally followed along and made the projects which are on there, and I was so chuffed. I really was quite amazingly thrilled with this. Now, there's a fair amount of colour on there, but you can see there's no technique here, is there? You know, you don't have to be a skilled artist. We're not going to kid ourselves. And I've just got a piece of blank card. I'm just going to spritz that and then spritz this. Look, you know, potato prints.
It's coming to life before your eyes, which is dramatic.
Isn't it? Isn't it great? And then, literally, now this is the potato print moment. That is what you need to do. Wow.
Ooh. Okay, just to let you know, we are approaching 75% of the stock for the Spectrum Noir Aqua pens. The latest colours, you're getting the storage, you're also getting, sorry Fiona, you're also getting the watercolour paper in there as well for an exceptional price.
And the thing that, oh, look at that one. I love that.
Come on.
That is rather gorgeous, isn't it? That really is. So instant background, just one of the many techniques of background you can do.
It looks so good.
At home I would have more card there, but I'm going to be good.
I mean, if you were to get a pad, watercolour paper of that design, you pay good money, and now you're able to create your own, colour coordinate.
You know, and in the past I have created...
Lovely.
So I've got one which is dry here, and I've got a stamp. This is actually one of Sheena's stamps. So what we're going to do is, I said you can use these as a stamp. So you can see
that blows me away. So suddenly all your pens become, you're getting effectively 24 ink pads that you're able to play around with.
Amazing, isn't it? So I'm going to put some pink on there. We're going to put some of this darker colour. Oh, I love this colour.
Beauty, Fiona, using them to stamp, you can really coordinate with your backgrounds because you're using the same pens, the same colours.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the thing is, if you're new to crafting and you're just getting started, you may not have the ability to go out and buy a load of distressed pads and what have you. I mean, obviously you're going to build your collection in time, but whilst you're building it, wouldn't it be nice to have all of these things at your fingertips as well? Do you know, the thing is, there are so many beautiful colours here, I can't decide which ones to use. But it's fine.
Good problems to have.
Yeah, but you know, you don't need to worry about being super hyper quick either, because you're going to huff on this, and I am going to say bring me back in vision, because otherwise I make such a mighty strange noise when I do this. People will wonder what is going on. So you can see that is beautifully or quickly coloured.
Lovely.
But right, I'm going to huff on this now.
Give it a huffing.
Give it a huff. Okay, so what I'm doing is using the moisture in my breath.
So what does that do?
To restamp. But look at the detail that you've got there. Look at the detail,
Fiona,
and I can still get another one. In fact, here we go. Look, this is the other way you can do it. Spritz.
Yeah.
See, I'm not spraying it directly on it. I'm just letting a mist fall on it.
Oh,
there we go.
Way.
How beautiful. Now, this is still the one, and I'll tell you what, this is another way you can do it. You can spritz your card.
Yeah.
So we've got one where I've stamped directly onto a background, one where I've stamped there. This is the technique I like, because it gives you that watercolour effect as well. You know, stamp that, put a sentiment there. You've got a really arty card going on.
Stunning. Look, let's just take a look at what Fiona's done, because to me, that has blown me away. So we've created a beautiful background with our Spectrum Noir Aqua pens. Then we've stamped on there. Stunning, right? Then with the same stamp, so we haven't added any more ink. Fiona's just drying the press that she's just done there. You can just see that's the second generation. Same ink, we haven't redone it. And then spritzing the actual paper as opposed to the stamp, you're able to get a fantastic watercolour feel with the stamp. Now, we would let that dry. I don't want to let it run down. But all three of those from just one inking.
That's right. And you can still go in and look, there is still enough ink. I mean, part of this is the quality of the watercolour card I'm working on. But look, I can still pull out that colour. If I want areas to be a little bit deeper in colour, I can still pull that out. So some places I'll have that background shining through, and other places, and of course you could do that with your sparkle pens as well. How quick, how simple. These pens are fabulous. You do, I rarely say you need them, but you do need these in your life.
How can you not want to add these to your collection, especially at that price? Your first flexi payment, £18.99. Such a good value. Details on your screen. So many of you are going for this. We're extremely busy on the phone lines. We're extremely busy online. Your item number, 078532. If you do want to go for this, my advice, please don't hang around, because we're approaching, I think we're over 75% of the stock. We are at 75% of the stock right now. We're only 25 minutes into the show. Busy. Now, well, let's take a quick stroll to our website and have a little look. You can always have a peruse. Now, you can shop by brand as well. type in Crafter's Companion and you're just going to have the biggest crafty smile on your face, because they always bring you phenomenal products at a phenomenal price, and that's so important because you want the value, but also you don't want to sacrifice any of the quality, and that's what you get with Crafter's Companion. They really are innovators in the crafting community. All right, so what we are doing here is we're focusing on the latest colours, the latest edition of the Spectrum Noir Aqua pens. If you've already got the complete set, maybe, well, not the complete set, but if you've already got the set of Aqua pens, you're not going to get any duplicates here. This is the latest colours, so if you're worried about getting duplicates, I think there was one colour Fiona mentioned, the Sea Breeze, that was a duplicate, but if one out of the 24, I'd be happy with that, especially the value. Can I just take a moment to pause? This is what I would be doing if I was sat at home, just to establish, and you're seeing all the colours in there, such a beautiful, the flame red is phenomenal, by the way, the forest. So a lovely graduation of colours, whether you want something that's punchy or you want something that's natural. Just going to show you some inspirations, and then I'm going to talk you through how I would look at this set, because value for money, really, it is exceptional. But look how you can achieve some wonderful, light, delicate tones into the mix. Or maybe you want to go more whimsical. You can do that as well, having a look through. Isn't that nice? Maybe you want to create some wonderful backgrounds. Simplest thing in the world to do, but looks spectacular. Or you want to go more naturalistic. What about that? Isn't that stunning? Look. I mean, it just really highlights the quality of the pigment. What about that slightly different direction? But it's the depth of the pigment. Or what about that? Or look at that. Now look, this next one, I've just seen it. I've got these next two I've got to show you. Actually, there's three I really want to show you. What about this? Now that, to me, really encapsulates the quality of the pigment, because that is striking. The shading and the depth that you're able to get, really making the most of your pens. Or what about that? It's a stamping. We just seen Fiona do it. Please, if you're going for the set, and so many of you are going for this set, use them to stamp. If there's maybe some stamps, so you've got some beautiful floral stamps, you've got some stamps that you haven't used in a while, use these to breathe new life into your existing collection, because you're working with them in a totally different way. What about adding a resist with an emboss? White emboss, adding a resist, again, just a totally different way to work. So forgiving, especially, can I say, if you're starting your crafting journey, this is exceptionally forgiving. It kind of gives it a 3D look. But then we've gone something really punchy to something very earthy, natural. How great is that? It's the mixture of colours. You have got a beautiful selection of colours in these. I'm going to pop this down, because what I do want to do is I just want to... we were discussing this, and Fiona explained this to me, and when I had kind of like a eureka moment, and then I realised why this is such great value. Because one of these pens, if we were to just get one of these sets, that's $12.99, okay? Now, as part of this bundle, first off, before we do anything, you are getting a great price, because you're saving $37.97. That's a half-price saving. Even if we did nothing else, even if that half-price saving was for the pens, you'd think that was exceptional value. But I'm going to take this a step further, because you're getting storage with the pens. Now, you're getting 4-tray storage, which means you can actually accommodate 48 pens in here. So if you did want to expand on your set, you've got that scope. Storage is something you would invest in anyway. This is something at some point, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but you would get. It's included in this package. So that's included. The importance of the storage, because you've got the two nibs, you've got the brush stroke and the bullet nib, you've got to lay these flat. It's really important. But also the storage, you can keep these in your crafty room. Can you imagine having this on your desk in your crafty room, being able to dip in and also expand on them? Now, this storage would cost you $19.99. And again, this is something you would invest in at some point in the future. So $19.99. Now, this is how I would approach it. So $37.97. You take off $19.99. That takes you down to £17.98. Now, here's the thing. You're also getting watercolour paper. Premium watercolour paper, 15 sheets. It's a consumable. It's something at some point you would invest in. So I would take... This would cost you $3.99, which is great value for this quality watercolour paper. So take the $3.99 off the price. Then it takes it down to $13.99. But here's my eureka moment. So factoring in the storage, factoring in the watercolour paper, we've gone down to $13.99. Just one of these sets is $12.99. So what Fiona did, she gave me an extra £1, and rather than just getting one of those, suddenly she's getting the complete set for an extra £1 effectively. You've got your storage included, you've also got your watercolour paper. We are exceptionally busy, and not only that, you've got your flexi payments. So today, right now, £18.99. All of this is yours. All of this is sent out to you. You will love this. I stand by it. When you get these home, they are that good. Don't think Fiona's just... Fiona is an exceptionally talented crafter, but everything she's shown you, you can do at home. You can stamp with them. You can create backgrounds with them. You can use your clear overlays with them. You can introduce the most delicate colours with the water brushes as well. So, $18.99 is your first flexi payment, and then obviously in 4 weeks' time you pay your additional flexi payment. Currently, stock-wise, we are over 75%. We're edging towards 80%. We're only 32 minutes into the show. We had a lot of stock of this. Don't miss out on the opportunity. You will love them. Your item number, 078532. And now we've also got more for you. Just having a look at the complete bundle. So you are getting the storage. You're getting 4 sets of the pens. Normally just one of those sets, $12.99, but you are getting them all. And you're getting the watercolour paper as well. All of that for $18.99 is your first flexi payment. Phenomenal value. Okay, so we have got more for you. Pencils. Oh. Can I say, we're busy on our phone lines. It's just been, I couldn't believe at 12 o'clock how busy this show was. So we've got minute-and-a-half queues at the moment on our phone lines. If you do want to go online to avoid the queues, you can do that. Or if you wait, I promise we'll get through to you as soon as possible. So looking at, now this is a great investment, and it's one you'll never regret. Watercolour pencils. You are getting the complete collection here for a half-price saving. So straight off the bat, normally all of this would cost you £119.96. Which, if you break it down, I know if you think about £119.96 seems like a lot, but if you break it down, just one of these tins would be $29.99. Artist quality watercolour pencils, that is a great price. And I do stress artistic quality, because if you've ever used watercolour pencils before and you've struggled with them, it's because they weren't good. Now, can I just say, last time we had a look at these, we called 60%. Now we're approaching, did I hear 80? No. Nikki, producer, just shocked me. Okay, we're approaching 80% of the stock. Here's the thing. Now, I had a little play with these, and I stand by it, and I'm always so grateful when I get to actually put my hands on something, because then I can really believe in it. What makes these special? Because we say they're watercolour pencils, but it's the movement. Fiona was describing, you've got the quality pigment, which you have, but then the binder. So you scribble them on, but you introduce some water. Suddenly, the lines that you've put on the paper disappear, and all that pigment just washes over and gives you the most beautiful watercolour effect. Now, going through, you're getting 4 tins. So starting here, you've got your essentials. The essentials that allow you to achieve skin tones, which traditionally is something we all struggle with. It's so hard to get a natural skin tone. You're never going to struggle with this. Whatever skin tone you're going for, you'll be able to achieve it from this set. So that's one set, and that is such a useful set. But then going on to here, you've got your florals, a beautiful array of colours, really able to express what you're seeing in nature, and that's a great image here. You're really able, just the tip, the vibrancy of the colours pulling into the flower. But then we've got our primaries. Now, the primaries, as the name suggests, that's your big, bold colours. It's your showstoppers. So you've got your full array there. And finally, you've got your naturals, which allow you to create your seascapes, your landscapes, those beautiful natural greens and blues and earthy tones. 96 pencils in total. Always invest. Here's what I saw. If I take anything, because I often, my friends have asked me, oh, give us some tips when it comes to crafting. The biggest tip I was ever given, and it really stuck with me, if you're going to invest in an artistic medium, invest in the best your budget can allow. But suddenly here, what Crafters Companion do, they give you artist quality mediums, such as the watercolour pencils, for crafting prices. So half the price there, you are getting the complete collection. Just look at the effects you're able to achieve. So whether you do want to go for that naturalistic look, or maybe you want to mix it up and go more fantasy, look at the intensity of the green. You can go fun with this set as well. You're only limited by your own imagination. Or what about this? Now, wait, this next one really caught my imagination. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And that encapsulates what you're getting with this set, because you're getting the most beautiful colours, the full colour palette, but they are so usable. Now, I just got to say, you're getting a flexi payment, your first flexi payment. So one of these tins, $29.99. Your first flexi payment today, $29.99. So in effect, you're getting the complete collection for the price of just one of these tins as your first flexi payment, and then in 4 weeks' time, you pay your remaining payment of $29.99. Great value, great quality. Details on your screen. We're at 80% of the stock. There is a serious danger this will sell out before the end of the hour. Do not miss out. If you know somebody who's studying for their GCSEs, art, if you know someone who's doing it for A-levels, if you know someone who's at university, if you know someone who loves their watercolours and goes to courses and just wants to really enjoy them, give them the complete collection and give them the quality. 710757, your item number there. We're going to get back to Fiona and see these fantastic pencils and pens in action, but we've also got a CD-ROM. Like Fiona, the CD-ROM will educate you, and that's so important. So if you really want to hone your craft, you've got beautiful inspirations with regard to the projects in there, $14.99, and you're getting a fantastic resource as part of this CD-ROM. 406-942, your item number there. And it really allows you to, especially if this is your first foray into Spectrum Noir Aqua, it allows you to have some fun, learn your techniques, and then go on and explore. That's the key. That's the key. We've also got the clear overlays, which Fiona showed work beautifully, whether it's with your pencils or your aqua pens, because they're both water-based, and that's the key. Because their apologies, our graphics was played up there. Because the pencils and the aqua pens are water-based, they all play together.
Beautifully. But can I just show you, because I really want, if you're new to watercolouring, this is, I would urge you to get this. This is Leanne, not me. You've got about 2.5 hours there of tutorials. Now look, these are the actual ones that I sat there and did. So this was learning how to use the thin end of the pen as well as the thick end of the pen to do those. This was learning how to do backgrounds and faux bleaching that I did. This is a bokeh background technique where you bring in gesso.
Oh, I love that.
Really pretty. Now, I just want to show you some of these. This was stamping. So making a background, then stamping, as you've seen me do on the show, to create a whole card.
So all of these are on the CD-ROM?
All on the CD-ROM. This was palette blending. Now, I'm not saying that I was proud of these, but this was one of the first. But look, you can see I was so chuffed with this. These are my actual... I was so chuffed with these because I sat there and went, oh my word, look at this. White embossing, that's a technique you'll learn as well. And I mean, these are just more of the same where I just went a bit crazy, really.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's drawing it out with sparkle pen.
Fiona,
so, amazing. I love these. That CD-ROM, I would grab it anyway.
It's a good resource for 14. I mean, how much would you pay if you went to a class to learn these techniques? That's really good value.
Okay, I'm going to work with pencils. Do you know, I love this kind of show because whilst you're busy chatting, I'm busy playing.
Well, there we go.
I really am. So I've stamped this image. It wasn't what I was going to do, but I've stamped this image, which is one of the birds that we've got on the show, and I've used my stays on because I'm going to be using watercolour. Now this is the Pebeo drawing gum. This stuff is a revelation. It really is. What it is a gum, you use your ordinary brush, that you can use and you paint on to mask areas where you don't want when you're going to make a background. So I've stamped. So rather than making a paper mask, because of course, if you make a paper mask with a water-based product, what's going to happen when you start using it? It's going to get wet and soggy, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's right. So what this enables you to do is to use a really nice fine brush so you can put your beautiful, beautiful gum exactly where you want it to go. So I'm just going to pop this here. Now you can see it's got a slight bluish tint. That's just so you can see where you've put it. But this is the other reason I like it. You get 2 bottles, by the way, and they last forever. And once you rinse it in your thing of water, if I bring this back, so that's the same brush, look at that. That is ready for me to use. Now, I have used drawing gums before now. And what's happened is I've ended up with a stick. because what it does is it gums up your brush. This is the only one I know which washes away in water. And you know, these are Sheena brushes. They're absolutely fabulous. Royal Langnickel, chosen by Sheena.
What speaks volumes about the Pebeo masking gum is the fact that so many of our guests, it doesn't matter what company, they all use it. So that's a true tell.
Now this is one of the things that I would not force dry because I think it cooks the gum. Personal thing. So leave it to dry. It will take about 10 minutes. But I've got one, obviously, in true
Gonna make a cup of tea.
That's right. Now we're going to make a background. We're going to make a background using our pencils. I love this background. These are the naturals that I've chosen. So I'm just going to sharpen my pencils all over here. And we call this a confetti background. But it's kind of, you know, almost a bit like a brush-o type thing going on.
Can I just let you know that we're over 80% of the stock with the pencils. We are hurtling towards limited stock territory. We're not there yet. We will call it. Next time you probably hear me talk about the pencils, we're going to be limited stock.
So here we go. What I'm doing is I'm just using this. I've got a little pink which has got in there from somewhere. So
love it. You're sharpening the pencil and creating a background at the same time. That's
and
brilliant.
if you've got one of those lovely pencil sharpeners which collects the shavings, so much the better. Every time you sharpen a pencil, save it.
Keep it.
Keep it going. So there we go. Lots of little shavings in there, which is sharpening a pencil at the same time.
Brilliant.
Then I'm going to do this from quite
the
high.
high spritz.
Because I want it to... Look at this. As I get closer...
what?
Look at that.
They explode.
Boom. And that's because that pigment has just released, because the binder is released just by spritzing water. You just get that, pop of colour. Leave that now to do its own thing and dry. And again, in true Blue Peter style, in the break, I made another one. Because I actually, you know, I mean, there are many things we play with, but I genuinely adore these. Because then, what you're going to do, look, you just get your fingers and rub this away. Now, this releases so well that stamped image that I had on there, you come and have a look at this. It hasn't taken off one bit of it as I've released that gum. All it's done is leave me with a pristine painting surface ready to go. So now I can go in and actually start to create some... I won't do the whole thing because I have got one, but I'm just going to scribble in brown wings, bit boring, but we're going to do some more backgrounds. So I'm just going to do his wings and I'll show you a card and then we might be able to squeeze in one more technique.
This background really will showcase the quality of the pencils, because if you've ever had watercolour pencils before and you haven't got them, haven't got to grips with them, it's not your fault. It's the pencil. But here, look at the movement that you're able to get with that pigment. And as Fiona quite rightly said, it's the quality of the pigment and the quality of the binder coupled together that give you that artist quality pencil.
That's it. So look, and again, there is no technique. I'm just using the brush to wet the pigment, and it is just releasing beautifully exactly where I want it to go. I mean, they are just incredible. And of course, what you can also do, saying I was going to do this quickly, imagine this piece of card that I've got just here is my portable palette. Here we go. So we are going to just scribble some colours. So imagine this is the palette of colour that I've taken out because I want to cook. You know,
this is brilliant. Just wait for this.
Outside.
This is absolutely brilliant.
Look, I can use this to pick up the colour and then take that colour into my image. So you don't have to take all your pencils. All you have to do is scribble a bit of colour of the colours you think you might be using. Just scribble it on.
Fiona.
And there you go. Can you see? And I mean, it lifts off beautifully. Absolutely.
You can see it though, but creating your own colour palette. They're extremely versatile, and we are so close to calling limited stock on this. Exceptionally busy, and we should be when you consider the price and what you're actually getting for that half price saving. Artist quality, complete collection of 96 watercolour pencils. The effects, you could be doing this at home. Spectacular. OK, so what are we going to see next then, Fiona?
OK, so I think maybe what we'll do... What about a moody background?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Ooh.
Should we do a moody background? I won't worry about doing the Pebeo, because you've seen me do that, and it'll be exactly the same process.
OK.
Let's pop those over there for now.
Yeah, that is so good.
Okay, so we're going to go back to the pens. And I have got an image. This is one of the stamps we've got on the show.
Yeah.
And what I want to do is to create a moody background using the pen. So I'm literally going to colour around. Now, I don't worry about going over there because, of course, the gum is keeping that nice and pristine. Where's my black?
Now, we're approaching 80% of the stock of the pens. You're getting 24, the latest colours from your Spectra Noir Aqua pens. You're not going to get duplicates. Well, say that there's one colour, the Sea Breeze. If you've got the previous full collection, then you will get one colour that's duplicate. Apart from that, they're all brand new colours for you to explore at an exceptional price. It works out at 59 pence per pen.
It's crazy. That is crazy.
59 pence a pen of that quality. I mean, that's if you factor in the fact that you are getting the tray, which would be $19.99, and you're getting the watercolour card into the mix as well. Phenomenal value, because you would be getting the tray at some point. You would be getting the watercolour paper as well.
You know those lovely moody backgrounds?
Yeah.
They are just great, aren't they? Now, anyone can do that. And if you want it to go a bit more, spray it a bit more. That's all you need to do. And then when you're finished, where did I put the one I've done? I've eaten it. There we go. This was the one that I did earlier. You can see slightly different colours, but same technique. Love that. That's staying over there.
That's stunning.
But you know that moody background on that one there?
It's one of my favourites.
Yeah, and I've got, there's a moody rose at the front as well, which we did the same way.
Wow. Again, this is very achievable. You could be doing techniques like this, really making the most, whether it is your pens or your pencils. Spectacular. And they are very...
They are.
You touched on something, saying they're very forgiving, and they really are. Because all it is a little scribble, whether it is the pens or the pencils, a little bit of the scribble, you use your either clear overlay or water and get a fantastic effect.
OK, so you've seen me colour, so I won't colour with this. What I'll do... Oh, here we go. Instead, just in case you've not seen it before, this is a bottle of glycerin. What we're going to do is just use the end of my brush just to dab some out there.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is we can now, so we can use them as stamps.
Yeah.
We can use them to make our moody backgrounds. But what if we could use them in place of our distress inks as well to make distressed backgrounds?
So we're going to blend with them?
Yeah.
What? We're at 85% of the stock for the fantastic collection of Spectra Noir Aqua pens.
So all I'm doing is picking up a tiny, I've put too much glycerin out there, tiny amount of glycerin on some cut and dry foam I use for that purpose. And then I'm going to pick up some of this Prussian blue, which is a kind of deep, deep bluey purple. But look at this. Then I can use these to create... Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
It's a perfect blend.
Perfect colour match.
Yeah.
So I haven't had to go and buy half a dozen different products, all in the same colour family, because the ones I've got, I can use exactly how I wish. And look at that. And do you know, I think this glycerin trick gives you a smoother blend than even when you use distress inks. Personally, if you're new to it and you've not had a blend, a couple of tips: keep your cut and dry flat, don't screw it up into a ball. But look, there you've got that.
That is lovely.
And then so all I've done is flick that with water now. And let's try and find a dry bit of tissue. Okay. What about faux bleaching? Look at that. So you can really start to play with these. They're great fun.
So, Fiona, just seeing the techniques here showcasing why being water-based is such a huge plus.
I love them.
You can try the faux bleaching techniques. You can work with other water-based mediums as well. We saw them used to stamp. We saw them used to blend. You can add the colour directly if you want as well. They create the most beautiful, delicate watercolours, or you can go for really bright, intense pigments too. All for such a good price at the moment. Today, you're getting half price saving, but not only that, you're getting the storage trays in the mix. You can actually store up to 48 pens in the storage trays, so you can expand on your set. They will accommodate your 24, the latest colours from Spectra Noir Aqua pens. You're getting your watercolour paper in the mix as well. We worked it out. If you factor in the storage trays, if you factor in the watercolour paper, it works out that you're getting all those pens in effect for $13.99. Now, just to let you know, you've got flexi payments as well, $18.99. We're approaching limited stock. obscenely busy. Considering the amount of stock levels we had, that is exceptional. Details on your screen, 078 532, your item number. Very good value. Remember, you've also got more goodies that we featured on the show. The pencils, 96 in total. They are limited stock. They have sold out in the past. The value that you're getting right now, though, that half-price saving, the fact that your first flexi payment is the same price as one of those tins, $29.99, it's just a win-win-win. 710-757, your item number. Before we do anything else, just because I know it's been quite an intense show, it's been very busy, Fiona, I haven't commented on your lovely little bracelet there.
Pretty, isn't it?
Talk a bit about this.
It is really pretty, isn't it? It's made of felt. But I'll tell you what, if you want to see how this is made, tomorrow at 6 o'clock is the time to come and see me.
Wow.
Because we have got something brand new.
You're going to show us how to make these?
Brand new.
No
it is
way.
This and so much more. It's amazing. So 6 o'clock tomorrow, come and join me again.
That looks beautiful.
For the launch of our brand new one-day special with brand new wonderful things that you could be making something like that
We
for.
could be making this tomorrow?
Yes.
No way.
In fact, I will demo that, if not in our first hour, in our second hour tomorrow.
Fantastic. All
There
right,
we go.
looking forward to that. Thank you for sharing. I didn't realise. I just thought you wore that looking nice.
Well, it went with my top and I thought it was bright and cheerful.
It's a win. Now, we're coming towards the end of the hour. We're approaching limited stock.
Wow.
We're at limited stock with the pencils. We're approaching limited stock here. Fiona, what I want you to do, as a crafter, for anyone sitting on the fence, why are the aqua pens so special? Why are so many people going for them?
I think what you've got here is you have got brand new colours. So the colours in here are incredible. They're going to work with the colours you've already got. But the thing that I adore, the thing that I absolutely adore about these is they are simple to use. They feel like a pen. What they do is they enable you to get that watercolour effect without having to spend years learning how to be a watercolourist. I adore them.
And just going through, because we haven't looked at the swatches, we've been so focused on the finished inspirations, but just to show you the colours that you are getting, that flame red is exceptional. Sunshine. So this is them in their purest form, but obviously adding some water, you're totally changing the dynamic.
Aren't they great? And you know, they are deep and rich, and you can see why we put some colours in there. So they're standalone sets. You know, if you want to share them, you can, but I wouldn't be. I'd be keeping them all for myself.
No way.
Love this set. Love those.
That.
I mean, the greys in there, they're the kind of colours you're going to make...
For the shadows?
For shadows, but also, if you like your vintage tones, add grey to some of your bright colours. We didn't have time to do that. So many things I wanted to do.
And look at that. So we've gone from subtle now to real punchy colours.
Aren't they gorgeous? I love them. Love them, love them, love them. They are one of my desert island products.
I totally agree.
They really are.
Limited stock here, limited stock with the pencils. That means we've only got 10% of our stock remaining.
Wow.
Busy. Don't miss out on your opportunity. You will not regret it. If you're looking to expand on your existing set of aqua pens, you're not getting there. We're saying there's one Sea Breeze might be your only close to duplication. Apart from that, they're all new colours for you to explore. Very quickly as well, because I know we're coming towards the end of the show. This is how I would see it, breaking it down. You're getting, as a bundle, the storage tray included. Now, this storage tray is something you are at some point going to invest in. So that's $19.99. The 15 sheets of watercolour paper, again, it's a consumable. You will be investing in that at some point. $3.99. You take off, so factoring in the storage tray and the watercolour paper, suddenly takes that price, $37.97, which is already a half-price saving, takes it down to $13.99. Now, one of these would cost you $12.99. But in effect, in real terms, for $13.99, you're getting all the sets. So, I mean, real spectacular value. It really is. Great value. We can see why it's gone limited stock. We were breaking records in the 12 o'clock hour. We're breaking records this hour as well. And it's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you've enjoyed it. Whether you're going for the aqua pens or you're going for the watercolour pencils, the complete set, both limited stock, you will not regret it. I stand by that. When you get it home, if you make anything you're proud of, please send it to Fiona and myself. We'd love to see it.
Definitely.
We do want to follow you social media. How do we do it?
Fiona Clayton, Crafter's Companion. You'll find me there.
Well worth following, Fiona. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoy your purchase. Got another fantastic hour coming up. So, coming up next, we've got our one-day special, Sewing with Threaders. Not to be missed, it's the final call. Then the launch of our new one-day special, Dyes by Sue Wilson. Cannot wait for that. And we've got tonic dimensional deals after that. Ooh.
Hi everyone, I'm Gordon.
I'm Justin.
And
together we are Be Creative.
Justin and I formed our company just under 1 year ago to bring you new and exciting products under the Be Creative brand.
We have a fantastic relationship with Hochanda, and we love to share our ideas and creation with you, our viewers.
So why not come be creative with us
Here at Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Fiona Clayton from Crafter's Companion. I've been crafting for about 7 years now, having rediscovered my love of a childhood hobby. I'm delighted that I can share with you all my hints, tips and ideas, and here at Hochanda we're going to make sure that you really enjoy your crafting as well. So join me, Fiona Clayton, here on Hochanda.
Hi everyone, I'm Gordon.
I'm Justin.
And
together we are Be Creative.
Justin and I formed our company just under 1 year ago to bring you new and exciting products under the Be Creative brand.
We have a fantastic relationship with Hochanda, and we love to share our ideas and creation with you, our viewers.
So why not come be creative with us
Here at Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Hayley from Craft Yourself Silly, and we're really excited to still be working with you guys here on Hochanda. We were there from the very, very beginning, and we're still bringing you lots of really exciting soft crafts. We design and manufacture all of our kits and all of our fabrics here in the UK, and we love bringing them to you. So if you're an experienced sewer or you're just starting out in soft crafts and sewing, join us. There's tips and fabrics for everybody. Make sure you don't miss our shows and come and craft yourself silly on Hochanda.
Hello there and welcome back. It's 5 o'clock in the evening and you know what happens at 5 o'clock. We have to say goodbye to our current one-day special, but not yet. You're okay. You can see you've got 59 minutes to take advantage of it yet. So we're not going to say goodbye yet, but keep an eye on that clock because it's remarkable how quickly that time does tick away.
It does. It's amazing. It's magic.
It is. Now, talking of magic, we've got a magic one-day special, I have to say. This is brilliant. Lizzie, tell us about what we've got here.
Okay, so this is all brand new. Not only the fabric is brand new, the clasps are brand new, and the templates are brand new. What templates? Well, these are they. They are purse templates. So you're getting two, I'm going to say two designs. So it's actually the top of the pattern that fits either the rectangle clasp or the round clasp. Now, the ones we're looking at here, they fit the rectangle one, which has the lovely pearl bobbles on as the handle. The other pattern over here, the template, this one here, where you're getting 3 different shapes and designs, that fits the round top of the purse clasp. So you're getting both templates. They're made out of lovely quality plastic, like Mylar, that's going to last you an absolute lifetime. So I know that you're going to make those two up straight away. You're going to be so excited, because I certainly was. You're going to make them up straight away, and then you've got those template patterns there forever. Yes, and of course you've got the little grooves in there that you draw through. Can I just show one?
Yeah, shall we hold one up so you can talk us around it?
You know what I'm talking about is that these are the little grooves that I'm talking about here. So you're going to put your pen in there. I use my heat erasable pens. They're on the show as well. And I just put my pen in there and follow the line round depending on which purse I want to create. The little one here, the longer one, the little round one here, and the big one as well. And now, just while I remember, with the fat quarters, 1 fat quarter will make 3 of the large purses.
That's that largest one?
Yes, you can make 3.
Wow.
So, and that's just 1 fat quarter. You're getting 6. So you could actually make 18 of these. Now, I'm thinking to myself, Have we still got stock of the clasps? Have they gone?
Don't talk about them. Don't talk about them, Lizzie. They've gone. They've gone.
So wait for the next time. But what I was going to say was, if you haven't got any more clasps, you're going to use those too. Think about using poppers. Maybe a hand stitching a zip in. Maybe you're going to use our fantastic magnetic clasps.
True.
There's lots of other ways.
And we will have those little hardware pieces back again. We're going to get them back at some stage.
But also you could make, you could use this pattern here to make a tab to go from front to back with a button.
Yeah.
So there's lots of other ways that you'll be able to make different purses using all of these templates together, mixing and matching. So don't think, oh, all is lost. It's not. This is just the start of your journey. The fabric is absolutely beautiful. So this is an A4, so the fat quarter you're going to get is a lot bigger than this, but this is just a great idea of being able to see how those patterns look in a bigger, instead of looking on the bolt.
Okay.
So this is the beautiful English Country House grey, which is like a light sage.
It is. It's very soft,
it's
isn't it?
Beautiful. You know what? I kind of had a little example earlier saying it was like that very posh chalky paint you can buy.
Oh,
that you paint furniture one coat.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
But anyway,
Auntie Annie, I love her.
Oh, it's that one. But it is reminiscent of those colours.
It is, yeah, very much so.
It absolutely is.
Very
So if you're
on-trend.
into that, my goodness me, this is going to suit your home decor, isn't it?
Perfect.
Cushions and curtains and drapes and little mats and little coasters and all sorts of things you can think. Even a lampshade cover you could make with these fabrics, because they're 100% cotton, they're quilting quality, but also don't forget, not only great for quilting, think about your home decor and also think about clothing.
Yes.
Because this is going to be great for, look at that in a shirt.
That's beautiful. Oh,
little
wow.
shirt with a little white collar and cuffs.
Gorgeous.
How beautiful would that be? A little girl's dress with a great big ribbon as a sash. That could be a bridesmaid dress.
It could, yes.
And something to keep forever, isn't it then?
Definitely.
And it's not a pattern or design or colourway that will date.
That's true.
These are very generic. You've seen these colours around for years. Why? Because they're popular. Why? Because they're just right. They are perfect.
And these next two fabrics, I love these because although we've got obviously an all-over print as you have with all of them, but with these, they could almost be like filler fabrics.
Yes, they're kind of like your plains.
Yes.
But not a plain.
Yes.
And it just makes that little bit different, doesn't it? But you know what? I made that quilt with nearly all of the fabrics, and you think, are they going to work? They absolutely work together because the tone is consistent. Even when you've got the darker one near the lighter one, the tone of it is the same, and they work beautifully. So you think about making 18 big purses, and actually if you made the little diddy one, that one there, you could make over 40.
Wow.
With just these fat quarters.
Oh my goodness. And as you said, with these little metal hardwares, you will adapt them. You'll come up with your own design.
Definitely.
Take inspiration from the template and create the body of your bag, but then you'll create all sorts of different ways of closing them. Brilliant value for money, I have to say. We'll show you the different fabrics there. We'll show you the size of the fat quarter in a moment, but I think it's the finished samples that really do show how incredible they are.
I was blown away by the designs that came up from Kimberly and Lottie. That's the main people that made these, and our lovely Stephanie. And look at this, a gorgeous applique that's been done on here. And actually that's using some of the fabric from our fat quarter bundle. So you don't even have to look further into your stash. You've got that fabric already in the bundle. I mean, it's just absolutely exquisite. So think about your applique and your machine embroidery or your hand embroidery. So all of that's been done with hand stitching. So and I have to say, you can stitch these by hand. You do not need a sewing machine if you don't want to. You can stitch them by hand. They'll be strong enough. And also, look at the detail. So we've done the stitching in the pink here. We've done the applique with the pinks and blues to bring it all together to match the gorgeous little bobbles. They're amazing, aren't they? So pretty.
I love it. And of course, Crafters Companion always pride themselves on their instructions. We've got little YouTube videos that help us too.
Yes, if you go onto the Crafters Companion YouTube site, their channel. There's a 3-minute video, and it's super fast. So there's not, you haven't got me gibbering along. You've got subtitles and music. It's quite pleasant to watch because it goes like a speed train. But it actually shows you step by step, even though it's fast, on how to put one of these together. And because they're so easy, we had no doubts or worries that a speeded up version wouldn't be acceptable, because it's so easy to make.
And of course you've got 6 fat quarters in this bundle. It's a considerable size piece of fabric, as you can see here. You could be making that into a cushion front.
Yes.
Maybe you can, you know what you could do if you wanted to? Just saying, you could go for 2 of the one-day specials.
Yes.
And then you're doubling up with everything. You could actually give those templates away, because don't forget, they are individually packaged. So you could give those as a gift, the spare ones that you've got. Maybe keep the fabric.
You're going to say you don't have to tell them that there was a fat quarter bundle in there.
But then you could be making your cushion fronts and your cushion backs, because you'd have enough there.
Yes, definitely.
And if you imagine making 6 cushions, incredible price, I have to say.
And it would be so pretty. If you imagine like a conservatory or a garden room, because you know what, we can't help but think about spring when we see these fabrics and the colours. So think about, you know, maybe you've got a garden room, maybe you like to sit out in the garden in the summertime on your lounger or something like that. Maybe you've got a conservatory. Fancy embellishing all of those areas with cushions made just with these fabrics, just simple squares. Beautiful.
And then of course you can go on to add your own fabrics and create some beautiful pieces, as you can see here. 732213 is your item number if you're wanting to get hold of these. You've got a little over 15 minutes to take advantage of that one-day special, and it is going to go up in price by £15.99. Incidentally, that would normally cost you £15.99, wouldn't it?
It's absolutely
so it's almost as if you're getting all of these elements. You're getting your templates, you're getting your purse hardware, and you are getting this as a bonus, because that's what your £15.99 would usually get you, which is brilliant value, I have to say.
It's such a great deal, because you're going to use all that up straight away. And you're going to use the clasps as well. So your 2 clasps are going to go because you're going to make a couple of purses. The fabric's going to go. But the templates will be around for as long as you want them to be, because they've been made of that lovely, strong, permanent material. So whenever you feel like, I need to make a little bag, maybe it's a bridesmaid you need to make something for, maybe you've made some jewellery that you want to put into a bag, you've got those templates to keep referring to time and time again. And it's not like a piece of tissue or paper. They're there. They've got a lovely pouch that they come in, put them back in, you can reuse them over and over again.
Brilliant value for money. Make sure you're getting hold of your one-day special as soon as you possibly can, because historically we find quarter to the hour we do get very, very busy, people making their final decisions, but 70% of the stock has already gone. Now, the fabrics that we've been speaking about, obviously you've got your fat quarter details at the bottom of the screen, so you can go for an additional one of those if you're wanting to, but we've also got it available for you on the bolt. And have a look at these. These are brilliant, and this is a fabulous way of further extending your one-day special.
Absolutely, because if there's one particular design in amongst your fat quarter bundle, you think, oh my goodness me, I can see straight away, got a little grandchild coming, a little girl, maybe even a little boy with the shirt fabric, something like that. Make little pyjamas. Maybe you're into your soft toys and you need to make soft toy, you know, like teddy bear clothing and doll clothing and all those things. Because the patterns are not over big. They are suitable for little cute little designs.
That's a really good point,
But actually, you know, even an all-over design, like a little pair of cotton pyjamas, I mean, how gorgeous is that? Really, absolutely super. So you've got, this is the 3 new ones at the top that we haven't seen yet. The 6 at the bottom are the fat quarter bundle you're getting with your one-day special.
So on the metre bolt rather than having them as a fat quarter.
A little bit more.
I love that.
And then we've got the 3 along the top there.
And these are brilliant. Now, you can go for as many or as few of these if you like. They're all on the same item number. They're all options. And if you are a Freedom member, look at that. You are getting a metre of 100% cotton for £9.59. That is incredible.
Can I just say that if I went to my local shop, and I'm not knocking this, if I go to my local shop and this is a brand new bolt of fabric that's just literally come off the lorry and she's unpacked it and put it on the shelf, and you think, oh, I've got to have some of that, that's going to be 13, 14, 15 pounds a metre. And I wouldn't I wouldn't be surprised at that,
Yeah.
and I would pay for that because it's a brand new design, hot off the lorry, hot off the press, and quite honestly, at what was it, £9.59?
£9.59.
That is incredible, incredible for quilting cotton.
Oh gosh, yeah, definitely.
Yes, yeah.
And it's incredible quality. I love this here.
It just goes, doesn't it? And it was great that I could put the two cross hatches together, for instance, the pink and the blue. I needed the Dresden, half Dresden there to pop.
Yes.
So I put this on every piece of fabric to see which one. Yeah. And this one really, it sung out, it sang out to you that that's the one to use. But interestingly, it was the same design. Whether that was, I don't know if that was...
It's funny, isn't it? Sometimes it's the way it works.
Exactly. But it just shows how well all the fabrics work together. And it doesn't matter what you do, they're all going to work.
There you go. Half of the kind of thinking has been thunk for you. Because with these, you've got all those fabulous designs. Now, of course, you might want to extend your one-day special. You might fancy just going for the fabrics without the one-day special. Whichever way you're getting hold of them, it doesn't matter. You know you are getting incredible quality fabric. 100% cotton, and those navy background ones, those are the ones that are proving to be the most popular. 443214. Brilliant collection, I have to say. And that one there that you just saw with the little roses on, that's the one that we're going to be featuring in our first demonstration. Talking of which, let's head over there, Lizzie.
That's a good idea.
You might need your threads, though, to work alongside those fabrics. So let me show you those. These are beautiful. 100% pure cotton as well. So, of course, they're going to work perfectly with your fabrics, but over 60% of the stock has gone of those. And they are gorgeous colours either way, whether you're going for any of the fabrics or not. Definitely worth going for. 075219 being your item number if you're wanting to get hold of those. And perfect for your top stitching those. Other things that you might want to add in, the fabric pens. These are brilliant. We do struggle to keep these in stock. We really do. You're getting a set of 6 of these, 2 black, 2 red, 2 blue, but over 60% of the stock has gone. And it's got to be a couple of months since we had these in stock last time. 168066, and Freedom members, you've got a discounted price with those ones as well. £10.78. Brilliant value for money. Now, of course, it's all about the demonstrations here, and we've got a spare chair. We've got a spare chair. Any could do. If only we had a presenter to fill it. Perhaps a new presenter that you might not have met yet. Oh, look, such a great lady. Hello.
How are we?
I'm having a fabulous time.
Are we? Yeah, I'm very good. Very, very good. And it's good to be back here. This is how we started this morning.
It is, yes.
Have you had a good day?
I've had a fabulous day. Again, eyes are getting wider and wider. Bank balance getting smaller and smaller.
Did they not warn you
Bags
about that?
getting heavier and heavier. Yes, they really are.
Welcome
It's been a
to the dark
fantastic
side. Now, of course, Janice is a brand new member of the team here as one of the presenters. And this is your second day, isn't it?
Yeah, second day, yeah. And I feel so at home with everyone. It's so lovely, to be introduced to new guests and to new people here at Hochanda, be a part of the family, be introduced to you as well, getting your comments on Facebook, and I'll try and answer all of them. If you have any questions, if you have anything you want to tell me, if you want me to do something differently or you want me to start doing something else, please let me know. It's all welcome.
Lovely. Now, of course, we're over at the demo area, so it's probably about time that we did a demo.
Yeah, what we're going to take a look at?
So I'm going to do the large version of the pouch purse because it's nice and visual. You can see it well. So what I've done so far is, like all the other demonstrations, I've cut the lining out already and I've cut my fleece out already just to save a bit of time.
And that's to give it a little bit more padding.
Exactly. Yeah. And you could use the foam if you wanted to. We have a fusible foam, Janice. You haven't met it yet.
No.
It's lovely.
Is it?
And it gives a lot more stability to a project.
Okay.
So you can use that as well if you like, and it stitches just as well as fleece.
Oh, fabulous.
So lots of choices.
Okay.
So one thing I keep meaning to do, and obviously I keep forgetting, otherwise I wouldn't have said that, but is using the stick and spray.
Yes.
Now again, you won't have met this yet.
Actually, I have used this in the past.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, to help with the templates.
So this is the one for fabric, and all you need to do is just a little spray, nothing too, you don't need to cover it, because all I want that stick and spray to do is to stick down onto my fabric and not budge as I'm drawing round. So that is now stuck. I mean, I could just lift that up now and it won't come off. It will really be stuck down, which is great, because it means that as I'm drawing, I don't have to really really hold it and make sure it doesn't move, everything is stuck down nice and fast. So I'm going to cut, I'm going to draw around the outside template there. Now, you could do this on the wrong side of your fabric if you want to. You can do it on the right side. It's entirely up to you. Because we're using the heat erasable pen, none of these marks will actually show once we iron them out. And to be honest, they're on the edge of your project anyway, so it matters not.
These pens are amazing. They really are. Yeah. And like you say, it doesn't leave any pen on the material when you get that iron. Yeah, it is like magic. And we've got these available for you. You can go to the website and see these. You're actually getting 6, and we're going to get the details at the bottom for you just there. It's just $11.98 plus your P&P. Of course, if you're a Freedom member, then they are $10.78. It's well worth becoming a Freedom member as well. So 6 of those for you, and details at the bottom of the screen.
Okay, so I've drawn through my template, I've followed the lines, I mean nothing too difficult about that, and now I have to just peel the template away, and hopefully you'll see, it's a bit difficult because I've done it on the right side, so it's quite bright. I don't know if you're going to see it at all,
make that
actually.
out where your fingers are. No, you can, just where your fingers are there, we can make that out.
If I join up the dots, then you can see, and you don't need to do this really, but just perhaps so you can see the line. I don't know if you can see it any better.
Yeah, we've got that.
Oh, lovely.
But in a moment it will disappear anyway when we iron it. But this, the actual material you're using there is just gorgeous, isn't it?
It is. They're all lovely. They really are.
And work so well together.
Yes. Now all I'm going to do now, because I've actually drawn that onto 2 layers of fabric, I'm actually going to pin this together so the layers don't move, it's a good sort of habit to get into, because I could be cutting this without those pins in, and one of these layers could shift, and then I'd have to recut, which would be a good idea. So you're just literally following the lines, and just going around the corner and just giving myself an extra mill, not much, around the outside edge, and all that means is I'm giving it a nice snug fit into my actual clasp, and that's purely optional. And then round again, and this is, like I say, you can get 3 of these out of 1 fat quarter. So you've got the option of making 18 in your one-day special. And then what you could do, and I'll just show you when I've come to the end of this, is get some matching fabric, because maybe, well, you probably have some spare. I haven't placed it down to see, but what you could do then is, once that's stitched, when you've finished using your 2 clasps, is to still make the bag up, make the purse up, and then put a flap from the back round to the front and put a popper on here, or a button.
That's a good idea.
And that way you're using your fabric, you're making the best use of your templates as well. So there's lots of possibilities with this. So then all I've got to do is 2 seams on my machine, and so all I have to do is turn this right sides together. There we go. So it would be easier to draw on the wrong side, because then it's already in place. I'll just pin that as well, just to hold it. And all I'm going to do is stitch from here. So where that goes in, I'm going in about 1/4 of an inch, and I'm going all the way around my purse. And then I'm going to do the lining, and then I'll move on to hand stitching in a minute.
Okay. Whilst you're doing that, let's take a look at the different fabrics. If you want these extra fabrics, we're getting the details on the screen, so we'll go through these. This is your Rose Garden. There you go. I love that. A nice dusty pink, and I love the way the blues, I think I'd call them forget-me-nots, those little blue flowers.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, they're very, very nice. I love that. Gorgeous. So that's your Rose Garden. Let me just pop that one down and show you the next one. Okay. This is the cross hatch blue. What I love about this as well is if you just go to the side there, it looks like a completely different pattern. So, you know, this is going to look fabulous. Great for lining, of course.
Nice, yeah.
Okay, I'll show you the next one. Now, this is gorgeous. This is the English Country House. We're calling it grey, but we think it's more of a sage green.
Yeah, it's quite a subtle green, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
Really, really nice. Makes the pink stand out. Very good colours to go together. Okay, then we have the cross-hatch pink. Again, a really nice way of lining the purses, for example, or have it on the outside. You know, it's entirely up to you. You've got the freedom of choice. And then we've also got the English Country House in navy. So that's a really nice nice colour there again. Very, very popular indeed. And then we have got the Rose Blossom Grey. Again, we're calling it grey, but it's more of a sage green. So all of those come as a one-day special, and they are right here for you in the 1 metre fabric vault. So if you want the fabric vault for a metre...
That's it. All the colours that Janice has just shown you from the one-day special, you can get them on the metre vault. So if you do want to get them as a vault, you can do. But there's 3 additional ones as well, which I've got here. And again, they are incredible value for money. Same as Janice has just said there, a metre vault for £11.99 or £9.95. Sorry, £9.59 should I say, if you're a Freedom member. Now this navy one here, your Rose Blossom Navy, that one is the one that's proven to be the most popular. And sorry, what was the quantity there? 40% of the stock as that one has gone. And then again, this is going to complement that sage green.
Yeah, it really is.
A bit like a duck egg blue almost.
Yeah, let me put that together.
And that one is your Rose Blossom Blue. Beautiful.
Yeah, lovely. Almost like pastel colours, aren't they, together?
Yeah.
I think they'll all complement one another. And I think you've just got to be bold and you've got to be confident and just put different materials together, because I think they're all so lovely and gorgeous. And each have got little different colours of the other in them, which I think is fabulous.
Yeah.
OK, how are we doing with that stitching?
That's nearly done. That's the great thing about a collection. You know, when we put together a collection, they will mix and match beautifully. And if you've got plains already in your stash, then you'll find plain fabric that'll go with it if you think you need to put plains in there.
Yes.
So it's because of the way it's been thought through, then, you know, it makes it so much easier for stitching. And for people who are a little bit anxious about putting colours together, it's all done for you, so you don't have to worry about that. It's quite great, actually. It saves a lot of hassle.
Now, if any of our crafters don't have a machine at home, we could always just hand stitch.
You could, and I would suggest, if you do hand stitch, to use an embroidery thread or even a buttonhole thread, something really quite strong. And I would do a back stitch, and then that is reinforcing the seams, because this is going to be something that's it's utilitarian, isn't it? It's going to be used a lot.
That's another one. Write that one down, Janice. Write that one down. We'll use that one again.
I like it. Very good.
But it is. It's going to be used quite a lot. And if it is going to have your money in, we all know what happens to the pockets of your jeans. They get rubbed away eventually with the coins. So you want everything to be super strong. But yes, you definitely can do hand stitching. So as well as doing the machine stitching around the edge, I remember to put my fleece in as well. It's little stages, you know, when your mind's going ahead of you, you forget. So when you've done your main fabric, just clip the corners at the top there, turn it through. I would, if I was at home, that would be getting a jolly good press with a nice steamy iron. Keep that on the right side showing, and then pop your hand in the purse and just tuck it in there, and it's wrong sides that I've got facing me, but by the time you get it in there and in the right place, you've got the right side, the inside of the pocket, which is absolutely perfect. And if you happen to have this could be a 12mm crochet hook, it's perfect for getting that lining in the right place. So that is all the machining done. Now the next little bit, and I'll do for you quite quickly, is where at the you remember where we started, the 2 little edges there, they've naturally turned over into a 1/4 inch seam. If I get the lining out of the way, you can see, okay, that's naturally turned in, okay, but so has the lining. So what I suggest you do is make sure your edges are all lined up, is just to fold those edges over, because at the moment we've got 2 loose pieces. Do you understand? You've got a loose lining and a loose main piece. There we go. So now I've got where the seams have been started there. Do you see? That's the end, that's the start of the machining I did on the main fabric, and that's the start of the machining I did on the lining.
I can see that, so matching them up.
That's it. It's like a little crossroads. So what all I'm going to do there is on both sides is to do a little it's kind of like a back stitch, over and over stitch, just to bring those 2 pieces together and make that secure, and that gives us a nice finish to that part of the purse. You've already got those folded in edges, and a good press at this time just for that bit there would be a good idea. So I've got a little bit of a thread and needle going on here, needle and thread.
Well, while you're actually doing that, shall we have a little look at some of those finished samples? We've got a fabulous little video to show you the different designs that have been created using the one-day special, and perhaps some designs that you could go on to create once you've used those fabulous fabrics. Have a look at this for some inspiration.
Lots of inspiration there. Hello, if you've just joined us, this is Hochanda, the home of art and crafts, and we've got our one-day special, but not for very much longer because it finishes at 6 o'clock today.
About half an hour?
Yeah, we've had a very busy day already, haven't we?
Do you know what? I knew this would be super popular because, first of all, it's easy to do. Secondly, you're getting an amazing selection of brand spanking new fabrics.
Yes.
You're getting templates that are going to last you a lifetime, and you've got the opportunity to have a little go at putting these sort of metalware, this sort of hardware into a purse.
I think it's fabulous, and that's why 3/4 of the stock has already gone.
I'm pleased.
Incredibly busy. So let's take a look at what we've got included. Shall we start with the templates?
Yes. So
and I'll give you the back card so you can see that at home.
Pouch. So this is the one that I was just working very hard with just before, and you're getting 4 designs on here. So if you have a look at this, the top bit denotes which purse clasp to use.
Right.
That's basically it. Okay. So then you've got the little square one here. You've got the longer one here. You've got the little fat round one there, and then you've got the big one there. It's not a very good description, but you can see exactly. Now the one I've made is this one here, which is a lovely size. It's a good size. That's a makeup bag. That's for putting lots of jewellery in if you want something safe, and padded as well because you've used the fleece.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah. So
again, we're just showing you the size here from the templates. You can see, so that's one of the sizes, and then the different shape, of course, with the square one there. So we've got different ones to make.
There's the little one as well.
I love those butterflies on there.
And then can you grab hold of that with your little finger?
Yeah, of course I can.
Well done. And this is the 4th one there.
Let's do that one.
Wait,
yeah, there you go.
You've learned the art of juggling.
There you go. So different sizes there, different purses that you can make, which is absolutely fabulous. And different shapes. So we've got let me just pop these down. We've got the square handle, which is just there, and then we've got the round handle. There you go, which is the other side. But I'll show you the hardware just there.
Yeah.
Which is fabulous.
And it's great. The pink, at first glance, you think, whoa, that's a lovely pink.
I like the pink.
But it works.
Yeah, it really does.
It's looking fabulous. It matches the fabric beautifully. And, of course, you can enhance that with your... Now, look at that denim one with the pink machine embroidery on it.
For you. So that's lovely. So we've got the pink tops, and then we've got the pink thread there.
Exactly.
And, yeah, we can just...
doesn't it work beautifully?
And if you go in and have a look at the clasp just
and
here...
And the pink stitching.
Yeah, we've got the pink stitching, which I love. And you could do that once you've made the purse, or you can do it before.
And I've got another little tip I want to share with you about that.
Oh, go on then.
Because our Mr. Baker, who's one of our directors here, he's very good, he's very creative, and he made a suggestion earlier, and it's like that light bulb moment.
Oh, go on then.
So you've got to follow me here. So you know, in the instructions it says, baste all 3 layers together, and then you pop into the frame, and then you stitch in your frame through, backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
And we've done that all day long.
Okay.
Now, what he suggested is, and I said, if you don't like your stitching, if it's like, oh, you could also put a little bit of piping in there, glue that in, or a piece of lovely cotton yarn, something like that. Anyway, his suggestion was that you only stitch with your hardware through your wadding and your outside fabric, your main fabric.
Okay.
You leave the lining loose, okay? So you're going through the wadding right through your hardware.
Yes.
Once you've done that, you've done your stitching, and maybe it's a little untight, maybe it's beautiful, but whatever, you can then bring your lining up, cover your stitching up, and just glue that in place.
What a great idea.
Genius.
Genius. Chris Baker, but I think I might take that idea for myself, pretend it's all my idea, and put it on Facebook a little later on. So yes, we've got the 2 different shapes of the hardware, as you can see there.
That's super cute.
Yeah, and the 2 different colours as well, which is lovely. So we've got the pearlescent colour there, and the pink.
They sold out on their own, didn't they?
Yeah,
so they've obviously been really popular.
Very busy. Who knows? Hopefully we'll get some back. If you manage to get them today, congratulations. But we do have them, of course, included in the one-day special.
It's the only way you can get them.
It's the only way you can get them at the moment, and that's why we are so busy. Now look at the saving that you're getting on here as well, and that's what it's about here at Hochanda, giving you great demonstrations, giving you advice, but also giving you great savings as well, as you can see. Now, we've got here, these are the fat quarter bundles with all the different styles of material.
And actually, that's the normal price for that is $15.99, and that's pretty standard.
Yes.
but actually you're getting that as kind of like a bonus in here, because really the cost of the templates and the metal handles would be the price that you're seeing on the screen. So we've added the fat quarter bundles in there, 6 of those quarters. That is 1.5 meters of fabric.
And that is great value, but you can get those separately if you want, but it is included in your one-day special, and that's why we're 3/4 of the stock gone with this. We're so incredibly busy. There is so much we can do. Shall we take a look at some of the fabrics?
Yes,
yep.
so we'll go through those.
Let's go through the fabrics. Let's pick the boards up for you.
So that is the rose blossom in grey, which is kind of like a light sage green, isn't it? It's beautiful with the navy and the pink on there.
Yeah.
It's just glorious.
I think that comes out really well.
Yeah. Then we've got the country house. Oh, can I just remind myself? English country house in navy, which is like a French navy.
Okay.
It's not a really dark one. The other dark one we've got is in the additional fabric.
Right. This is a French navy. You learn something new every day. It is really nice.
The next one is cross hatch pink.
Easy for you to say.
It nearly was. And we've got 3 different styles of this cross hatch. We've got the other colour, blue, and the white one is in the additional fabric. So
that's great for doing lining.
Yes.
For you. Oh, for anything.
And
you could even do the
generic.
outside.
That
very
could be little boy's shirt, little girl's dress.
Yeah,
and for us as well as grown-ups, we could be wearing this as well, because, you know, even though this is quilting cotton, don't forget your home decor, and don't forget about dressmaking, because this is superb.
Yeah, that would look nice on, maybe if you put them together like an apron or something. You could cut out the pockets in that.
Absolutely.
That would look really nice.
Do a little bit of a plique.
OK, we've got the English country house. Again, we're calling this grey, but it is more of a sagey green, isn't it?
It's a beautiful green. Sorry, grey. Oh dear, I get myself confused.
That's me mixing you up.
And again, it's picking out that lovely navy and the pink as well. That gorgeous little blue there. Yeah, and you think these are forget-me-nots?
Yeah,
is that
I do.
right?
I'd like to think they are.
Yeah, little leaves on there as well. It's so quintessentially English, isn't it?
It's beautiful. And then we've got the
cross-hatch blue.
That's right.
So this is the other alternative, but that's obviously in your bundle as well. The other colour is the white, so that's your additional colour, but this is what you're getting in your fat quarters. And this one is our Georgie, our producer. That's her favourite, which is what I'm using today. And that's the rose garden.
It's beautiful.
So that is so pretty. And the colours are very chalky, very subtle, very vintagey, so on trend. It's
they really are. And they go so well together, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
yes, they do.
So that's absolutely fabulous. So lots of ideas, lots of inspiration with the one-day special. We are incredibly busy, and this does finish at 6 o'clock. But hopefully we've got some more demonstrations coming up. We're going to finish what we started earlier on.
Yes, we are.
Over 3/4 of the stock have already gone. OK, we're going to move across now and show you what else we've got available on the show.
So this is our additional fabric here, Janice. So the 6 along the bottom are the same fabric as you're getting in your one-day special.
Okay.
So if one of these really sings to you, then you can get it by the metre on here. This is a metre bolt. So, you know, this is available individually. But when you look along the top row there, these are your extra ones. So this is your rose blossom blue, your crosshatch in white, and this one is the rose blossom in navy, and that is a really, really dark navy. It's absolutely glorious.
And this is
it's all going to go.
This is the most popular one. The navy, which is brilliant. I'm going to hold this in place. We'll be fine. This is new today. If you are a Freedom member. If you are a Freedom member, it's only £9.59. It isn't about you being a Freedom member. And I'm going to be here all day. But you can pick and mix £11.99 each, which is absolutely great value for money. And, you know, it's something that I think you should have in stock at all times.
Absolutely, because you'll always find something. You know, even if you have the rose blossom in the navy there, the one that you're holding there, Janice, so beautifully.
That one there.
Yes, I know that's been super popular. But you know what? That's the one that you're going to do your binding with, your borders with, and that's the one that's going to frame everything that you make.
Yes.
Because it's that dark colour. It's
I knew it would happen. That's two times today.
You did really well.
I was doing so well up until the time. I'll tell you what, I'm going to move that flower out the way there because it's so beautiful. I'm just going to put that there. And then I'm going to pop that there. So it might be safe to put them back, but let's hold them.
I'm just holding it.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I don't do anything else. But they are absolutely lovely,
I'm just going to ask you a quick question.
Yes, go.
And you might not know the answer and it might be nothing, but why is it called a bolt?
I don't know the answer to that.
If you know the answer, why don't you email in at studio at hochanda.com.
Bolt of lightning, because it's so good.
Like an inspiration.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's a good description.
It's
just sorry to put you on the spot there.
I'll keep them to myself.
Let's just take a look at some tips of inspiration of what you can do with your materials. Let's take a look. Probably won't touch anything.
You'll be sitting with your hands in your pockets.
Yeah,
not going anywhere near
and my
anything.
quilted pocket, so maybe.
Exactly.
Yes, there you go. There you go. Right,
super
where
good.
are we up to now?
Right, OK, now, you know, our Mr Baker made that wonderful suggestion about just stitching the main fabric with the wadding into the clasp and leaving the lining to then be glued in. Yeah. We could do that. I think that's a jolly good idea, and we could show what he means by that if we're not sure. So, so this is the one we're going to use. This is the rectangular one.
Now, can I be cheeky? Because, of course, Janice is a new presenter here, and I think it'd be rather nice for us, because it's a fabulous purse that you're making here, Lizzie. Can we perhaps do this as a giveaway?
Oh, yes.
Oh, what, for me? Because your Facebook, not for you to take away with you. Sorry, no. Because you've got your Facebook page, haven't you?
Yes, I have, yes.
And it's Janice Phillips at Hochanda TV, isn't it? I think that's how it goes, yeah. So,
Janice Phillips on Hochanda.
On Hochanda, that's it. Okay. It sounds really weird, but by saying somebody else's, I know what mine is. It's only 2 words different. It just sounds completely different.
Oh, that'd be fabulous.
So, I don't know, maybe likes or maybe, I don't know, what do you think? You decide.
I shall have a think and let you know at the end of the show.
OK, there you go. And meanwhile, the demo continues.
Yes, somebody that comes up with the answer about bolt.
Yes. You come up
and
with
not
the
you sane.
Yes. And we're not insane either.
Oh, dear me. Oh, gosh, that reminds me of something funny, which I'm not going to go into this one. Right, so...
That's another story.
we were filming a little video. It was a lifestyle video with Abigail, using the Gemini. And we had... It was done so there was... I think Dave was speaking over the top of it, so it didn't matter about us speaking. And but we had the 3 grandchildren sitting on stools in front of us, so they were being so naughty, as usual, but they're gorgeous, I love them. And little Sebastian, who was 4 at the time, he kept doing the Usain Bolt in front of the cameras. He kept coming around going like that.
That's brilliant.
No, not now, Sebastian.
Oh, brilliant.
So it's just happy times. Aww. Right, so all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to bring these 2 edges together, and I'm just going to mark the middle. This is quite a good thing to do. It's just, literally, oopsie, all I'm doing is a tiny little snip. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Tiny little snip right in the middle of my purse there. So you could mark it with your heat erasable pen, or you could just do what I've done, fold it in half, a little snip, and that denotes the middle, which makes it super easy for when I bring the clasp in, you can see that fits over straight away, look. And you know exactly where the middle's going to go, okay? So, if I do a little bit of this, and then we'll see how it looks. Let me just get that lined up.
I love the idea about putting that little nick in it, just to make sure it's lined up, because it's probably the one thing that I would do wrong, and I'd get it in, and it'd be like, oh,
well,
no,
you could end up with your clasp a little bit lopsided, so it's good to find the middle, and that's just a nice, easy way of doing it. Like I say, you can use the pens if you want to.
I used to get my purses sewn to my skirts at school. Always.
That's it. So this is where it doesn't matter if we've got a large knot in our thread, because none of this is going to be seen. So I'll do a little bit. So I'm literally going in from the back. I like to do it from the back to the front. And just to make this really secure, I'm doing 2 stitches. I'm doing it fast, and I shouldn't do, because now you're not going to see it. So let's just open that up. Now, I'm not doing the lining, everybody. That's just been tucked to one side. And all I'm doing now, if I'd used a darker thread, that perhaps would have been easier, but I just had this light bulb moment when I thought, actually, I can do what Mr. Baker suggested. And then you can see. So all I'm doing is a back stitch. So I'm going in one hole out of the other, coming back on myself. Can we see that? And then going back again. So just so you can see what I'm doing. So if I do a little bit more, so we've got something to go on.
Now I've brought the details up at the bottom of the screen of Janice's Facebook page.
I'm not anywhere near those samples.
Did you look over there?
I think I looked over and they started falling off.
Can I just say that you will be starting to get your own audience for comedic routines. I couldn't get my words out. Comedy routines. I say, oh, Janice is on. Better watch that, because what's she going to be doing? What's she going to be knocking over? Is it Charlie that knocks everything over?
And me as well. Yeah, I'm renowned for it. I've got short arms. That's what I'm saying. At the bottom of the screen, you've got Janice's Facebook details there. So why not go along to there? This is your Facebook page.
Yeah,
where
that's
we
right.
Can be running this little competition.
Yeah, leave your comments. I'd love to see what you're up to, what you're crafting. That'd be wonderful to show me all the different things that you've been up to today. And yeah, leave your comments. And do you know what? I'll just pick somebody at random.
I think that sounds nice.
I'll pick someone at random. I'll pick someone at random. I'll read out your names to my little dog Millie, and when she starts to bark, it'll be you.
Yeah.
You've got a Millie dog.
Yes, I have. Have you?
I've got a Millie dog.
Oh, have you?
have.
Have you? Yes, Millie.
No.
We've all got a little Millie.
3 Millies.
Now, what's your Millie?
Tibetan Terrier.
Oh, and your Millie?
Little Staffy.
And mine's a Jack Russell.
Oh,
lovely. I wonder what they'd be like all together.
Hopeless.
Probably be loud.
Well, I know my Millie would probably want to eat your 2 Millies.
Yeah, I think my Millie would want to eat your 2 Millies.
My Millie just go to sleep and ignore the 2 of them.
Yeah. If you have just joined us, this is Hochanda. We're talking about our pet dogs. Just in case.
Oh, lovely. All right, let me finish off here so we can I can move on.
Now the projects that we've got in the one-day special, Lizzie, if you've got somebody who's perhaps had a sewing machine maybe for Christmas and they're looking for a project to get their teeth stuck into, is this a good idea?
Absolutely perfect, because you know what, all I've done is stitched around there. Once with the main fabric, and again with the lining. That's it.
Yeah.
There's no more machine stitching to do. And I'll give you another little tip as well. I was going to find a little bit of fabric. Oh, let's just... That'll do fine. So if, for instance, this, because I've done this with my granddaughter, is a quilting ruler is good. If you don't have a quilting ruler, especially with threaders on, then just use a regular ruler. But you find your 1/4 inch, so measure your 1/4 inch, use your heat erasable pen and draw a little line. And you could do the same around the purse, all right? You can draw that little 1/4 inch line going along there, and that's where that new stitcher with her new machine, or his new machine, can follow. And that's how I taught my Lily to do straight stitching.
Yeah, good idea.
Because first of all, you're getting that 1/4 inch, and that's good training in some ways. Because a lot, apart from dressmaking, a lot of things are made with the 1/4 inch. The heat erasable, because obviously it's all going to disappear.
Yeah.
Nice straight ruler, obviously, and so a new stitcher, definitely straight away. All you're going to do is mark that 1/4 inch all the way around, and they're just going to follow the line all the way around. So
there you go. Good tip. Good tip. If you want those pens, you've got the details up on your screen there. 168066. Of course, you can get 6 of those. 2 red, 2 black, and 2 blue. For each members, you've got a discounted price on that one as well. So definitely worth taking advantage of. £10.78 to our Freedom members.
There you go. We've actually had an email in from Nick.
Oh, have
from
we?
Bulgaria. Hello, Nick.
Hello,
in Bulgaria.
Nick. Oh, bless you.
Now he says that a bolt is a unit of measurement. Used as an industry standard, a variety of materials.
So that's where it's come from.
From wool to canvas.
Oh, I see.
So now we've learned something new.
That's absolutely amazing.
I like that.
Thanks, Nick.
So is Usain Bolt a piece of material, I wonder?
I don't know. Perhaps they measure them by Usain Bolt. Perhaps they Usain Bolt length.
Maybe that's why he does. That's why he does. Because that's a yard. That's a yard, and a yard's about a metre, and a metre's about.
Hey!
So every time we talk about a bolt of material, we have to
do that.
Unless he's patented that, and then we can't do it. Okay. We'll change it a little bit. We'll just go like that.
That's it. That's our own.
Oh, thanks, Nick. Oh, that's fabulous. Thank you, Nick. And enjoy Bulgaria.
Thank you.
I love it. Yeah.
Bless. That's really good. Right, I've done so far. So then let me just show you what I do now. So let me just finish that off, because all of that will get tucked in to that that purse clasp there. Okay, so let me just get my scissors and tuck it in. So what I've done is I've done the stitching. Now I'm ever so sorry. If I'd have thought about what I was doing prior to this, I'd have done a dark thread. But maybe see you've stitched that in, and that's not your best skill, okay, your hand stitching. And obviously I've been saying all along, well, you can cover it up with some piping or something like that. But Mr. Baker suggested that you stitch that. It doesn't matter how neat or untidy that is, it's not too bad. But then what you can do is take your lining and bring that up, and with a blunt object, these scissors are quite nice and rounded on the end, just pop that lining underneath your clasp there. I've probably got a bit too much fabric going on there, and then use your fabric glue to actually stick that in place. Let me just make that a little bit better.
Can I ask you a question? When would you put the glue on?
I would do it before, so I would run a line of glue just along my stitching there, just along there. Okay, you just need a little bit, especially our collard fabric glue. It's so super strong. So I would get a cotton bud, get some glue, get it nice and wet. Leave it to go tacky for about 5 minutes or so, not long, because it goes off quite quickly. And then all you're going to do is get a blunt, like the end of your scissors there, that are blunt, and just poke your lining in there. And then look at that, it just sits in there beautifully. Now, not only will that strengthen your stitches and keep them nice and strong because you've put your glue in there, but also it's covering up your hand stitching, which, like I said, might not be your strong point. So if you can imagine sort of poking that all in, and that's the sort of effect you're going to get. I mean, that is absolutely, what a super idea that is.
It makes it nice and neat, doesn't it?
Yeah,
do like that
really, really good
it's
idea.
Brilliant. Yeah. So that's Mr. Baker's idea.
We've had an email in. Another email. Plenty of you watching today, which is fabulous, and we always appreciate your feedback, always appreciate your emails as well. This is from Lou. So
hi, Lou.
Good evening, good afternoon, Lou. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
I think Mr. Baker and I are on the same wavelength. I thought about gluing the lining on the purse on the earlier show. So interested to see how it works. Well, that's a really good demonstration of that. So thank you very much, Lou. We've had another email. Hi again, ladies. My Millie is an African grey parrot. And that's from Nick.
I think it might be the same Nick.
Oh, is it? Oh, is that the same Nick from Bulgaria?
That's a Millie.
That's brilliant. Yeah, if you've got a Millie, email in and let us know what it is. We'd like to know. We're talking about our pet dogs, aren't we?
Definitely.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Lou, and thanks, Nick.
Good to have company.
Now, of course, keep an eye on that clock. We're talking about our one-day special during this particular hour. We've got the details up on the screen. You've got just less than 11 minutes to take advantage of it. And, of course, Lizzie's working with a fabulous little purse that she's making with the one-day special.
Yes, and we're actually going to give that away. If you look at the details at the bottom of the screen, that's my Facebook page. And we're going to, hopefully, you'll put some likes on there, and I shall pick a winner later on when I've finished. And I'll let you know on my Facebook page, and we'll get that sent out to you. But I'll ask you personally what your details are. I won't ask you to put your details on my Facebook page. Don't put your name and address on there or your telephone number. We'll find that out afterwards, after I've announced the winner.
Lizzie, I've just got to tell you, you've got a tiny little bit of thread on your nose. I don't know how you got that on there. I was thinking, how am I going to tell her? But it's just
no, it's fine. Just say. Thank you. Yeah. So I've almost come to the end of this, and of course I've wrapped this around my little bobble now in the excitement of getting rid of the thread. We've had a very exciting hour.
We have. It's been eventful.
It has been very eventful.
Oh, dear me. So when you come to the end, you'll come to where we stitch those little pieces together at the very beginning. You know, I said to you about the 1/4 inch seam that's tucked in there and the 1/4 inch seam which is on your line. You'll get to that part there, and once you get to, let me get that so that's straight. Once you get to that bit there, then you just end your stitching. And I like to do so. Let me try to explain this properly. When you get to the end there, so that's your last hole there, and I'm going to go into that one next door, but what I'm also going to do is stitch from there straight into my fabric right on the end, and that's how you finish off. And then I go back a few more stitches just to finish that thread off and make it secure. And to be honest, if we glue this, then it's going to strengthen that even more. So it's a great technique to actually finish off the purse.
I've just noticed as well on the hardware you've got a couple of little loops there, so if you wanted to make it crossbody, you could do, couldn't you?
You could. Now, thank you, Hayley, because I keep forgetting. Because actually, you've got one side. Can you see? Let me have a look. There we go. You've got one side, and then you've got remove that. You've got one the other side, so you could actually put a chain in there, or you can you could have like a leather strapping, something like that. But that's already in place for you to do. Yeah, or you could hang a little key charm from there as well.
That's another nice idea, isn't it?
Yeah. So lots of different things. Especially if you've done some embroidery, then you could perhaps do a beaded charm.
Yeah,
and hang
nice
it from
idea.
there, just to add a little point of difference.
Love it.
So yeah, so it's what you get with quality, Hayley, to be honest.
Well, that's so true, and that's what you're going to get with your one-day special. Brilliant deal, I have to say, but you keep an eye on that clock. You can see it's telling you that there's 8 minutes left. Sadly, we don't have that long during our show because, of course, we've got a 3-minute break between the shows, but I have to tell you that 3/4 of the stock has gone. At 732-213, £27.96. That is your price for the next, well, just shy of 8 minutes. It's going to go up in price by £15.99, which would normally be the price of that fat quarter that is included with your one-day special. And you can get additional elements like the fat quarter on the website if you wanted to. Other things that you might want to add into your basket as well, other threads to work alongside them. So you can see here, specially coordinated cotton threads that are ideal for you to be working with your cotton fabrics. So definitely take advantage of those at the same time, because you will be using those over and over again. £11.99, 075219 being the item number, but over, sorry, was that 60% of the stock has gone. Wow, they have been popular. Of course, we've got lots of different ways for you to get hold of the fabric, but marking out your fabric for the templates, you're going to need those pens. So here we go, 168066 being the item number. You are going to get 6 of those, 2 of your blue, 2 of your black, and 2 of your red. But approaching 2/3 of the stock has gone of those. £11.98. And of course, if you're a Freedom member, then you'll be able to take advantage of that Freedom members discount. £10.78. Now, of course, drawing to a close. Anybody thinking about the one-day special, what would you suggest to them?
I would say if you've been humming and hawing about whether you should start using hardware like this, because sometimes that could look a little daunting. This is probably the easiest way to get involved, to have a little play, have a little try. You've got masses of fabric. You've got 1.5 meters of fabric there to have a play with. You've got those permanent templates that are going to be there forever. So even maybe if you don't even use the clasp straight away, think of all the different ways that I've suggested about how you could use those templates and how you could actually make a different sort of fastening. And then when you're ready, you could go and start using the actual clasps as well. You may just well use them straight away and be so inspired by them, you're going to get more at a later date. But think about all the different ways. We've talked about machine embroidery, free motion embroidery. You're looking at hand embroidery, applique, beadwork, English paper piecing, using your faux leather, using real leather. I had a lady who said she was going to make her own felt and make a purse out of her own felt. Use our threader's felt. Double it up so it's quite substantial. Don't even have to line it and make a purse from that. Do a blanket stitch on the outside instead of machine stitching. So think of all those fabrics you've got. We had lovely Anthea here from Quilting Antics, isn't it?
Yeah.
And she has the most amazing tweed. So if you've got one of her bundles, I was so lucky she gave me some.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
I love her so much. Then use those. Start layering those fabrics up, appliquing them down, stitching them down, make your own fabric, cut out the templates. You've got a completely unique purse. So every which way you look at this, you're going to win. You're going to have something unique, professional looking and special to you. It could be a gift. It could be a gift to yourself. It could be something really sweet and delicate where you're putting lace and buttons and beads on, maybe for a little bridesmaid to hold. Maybe it's going to be for the bride herself to put her jewellery in, her engagement ring before she gets her wedding ring put on. So you know, it's all those things that happen in life over the next 12 months that's going to come your way, and you'll think this is just the thing for you.
I've chosen my favourite.
Yeah, I like that one.
I love this one. I have to say, this is absolutely adorable. I love the way that you can take those fabrics and, like you said, applique them in place, put a little bit of hand stitching that they're building a scene.
Yes, and use the fabric stabiliser, because the fabric stabiliser will turn your fabric into card. Not too stiff that you can't cut it out, but stiff enough so it doesn't fray, and then stitch it down onto your fabric. Doesn't matter matter if you wash it off or not, it really doesn't matter, but it gives you a very crisp, clean edge. Then applique it onto your design, and you're going to make the most unique creation. I think that beading as well.
What about you, Janice? Have you got a favourite?
Yeah, you know, I like this one. I really do, with the embroidery on there. I love the colour of this. I love the pink at the top as well. And it's gorgeous thread on there, which I think is beautiful. It really does. And again, so many different ideas for you, whether you're using this for yourself or as a gift for somebody. A magical gift, I think. I really do. Because if you give this as a gift, they can put whatever they want into it.
Absolutely.
Now, don't forget, you've still got time to take advantage of your one-day special. We've got details on your screen. 732-213. You've got about 3.5 minutes to take advantage of that saving. £15.99 saving. That is going to disappear at the top of the hour. Now, if you're feeling lucky, go head over to Janice's Facebook page.
Yes.
Leave a comment there, and you're going to decide, or let Millie decide.
I'm going to let Millie, my dog, decide later, and I'll put the winner on a little later on.
Now, you're back with us again tomorrow.
Back with you again tomorrow. Yeah, thanks for having me today.
And Lizzie, thank you. Been an inspiration yet again. See you soon. So coming up after the break, I will be teaming up with the fabulous Julia Watts and an incredible one-day special with Sue Wilson dyes. Then tonic dimensional deals coming up after that. And then finally, another one-day special show after that.
Hello, my name's Kay from Indigo Blue, and we've been established for 7 years, and together with my husband Alfie we design and manufacture our own in-house red rubber stamps. We also have our own range of paints, lushes and stencils. We're so proud that we've now got a reputation for such high quality products and the detail that we can manage to get in our stamps. What I really love about Hochanda is I get to demonstrate lots of different techniques for you to understand how to use our products and hopefully inspire you. I've got loads of fantastic ideas buzzing around in my head, so I can't wait to get those filtered into our products and out to you at home. So grab a cup of tea, join me and the team from Indigo Blue on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Jenny Mays from Hobby Art. Hobby Art's a family-run company, and we've been designing and manufacturing stamps for over 28 years now. We have an extensive range of clear and rubber stamps, and we're proud that they're all manufactured in Britain. Whatever your style, there's always something that will interest you with Hobby Art stamps. Crafting is my passion, and I love teaching. I love sharing my ideas with other people. This is why I enjoy being part of the Hochanda family, because I have the time to share my ideas, maybe open a door for somebody and give them the confidence to start stamping. So make sure you join me, Jenny Mays, on Hochanda.
Hello there, welcome back, and it's 6 o'clock in the evening. Can mean only one thing: we are ready to launch a brand new one-day special, and look who's here to launch it. Julia, how you doing?
I'm all right, thank you.
This is a brilliant deal.
I know, it's not very often we have kind of
a mix like this put together. So very lucky to be able to have chosen some of my favourite dyes, and they work really well, and there's lots of kind of permutations that you can do, as you'll see, and then once you start mixing and matching them, then your juices get going, and lots of fun.
And as you know, Julia picks a fabulous deal for us. In fact, we've got a couple of deals on the show, so if you want to jump ahead on the website and check out the other deals before we get to them, by all means, please do so. But for the time being, let's have a look at the one-day special. Lovely collection of dyes, Julia.
Yeah, so this is kind of based around Hamilton.
Okay.
Hamilton's part of the New Zealand collection, so both bundles have got the same kind of mix to them. So we've got Hamilton here. There are 4 dyes in the set, and as normal, the outer dyes are separate from the decorative dyes. Then you've got a striplet, the Infinity striplet, and that's great for doing a statement piece or making a triplet, or actually making a really good a triptych rather, or making a really good background.
Nice. I like that one.
Again, that's separate outside and inside cutting edges.
Wonderful.
And down the bottom,
which one should we go to
next?
First?
Just for you. Yes,
oh,
just for you.
I like this nice oval one.
This is an ornate frame, as it's called. So there's piercing on the outside edge, and then you've got another cutting die, so that can make your frame, and then you can cut in with the decorative die, and then you've got the sentiment as well, and the sentiment can obviously be either way, or you can use it standalone. So that's really useful. Then you've got an edger. You've got the Linear Elegance edger, and that's got part of the configurations collection, and that's got lots and lots of permutations. Again, makes a great background. And then you've got Gemini, you've got Sagittaire, I think it's pronounced, I'm not sure. And again, that's got different looks to it. Again, separate outside cutting edges, so you can cut into the die or out of the die. Lots of mixing and matching that you can do. It's a really, really good thing, like I say, collection. If you've never had a Sue Wilson collection, this is a really good starting point.
Yes, yeah.
Or if you have, then this is you're gonna know what to do with them.
Well, this is it, and of course Julie's going to be showing us over the next 24 hours. I have to say the finished samples are exquisite. I mean, we saw from the video earlier on some wonderful finished samples. Can you explain to us how this particular one's been put together?
Okay, so we've got some of Sue's samples here, and so you will see that some of them have got dyes on them that aren't on the show, but hopefully you'll see that they can work with what you've got at home. Here, Sue's made a background panel out of just the one dye from the Linear Elegance.
Oh, right.
And then she's teamed up with some other
I like that one. This is a pretty one. Now, I recognise that sentiment in the centre, that one.
So you've got all of the dyes but one from the for you ornate frame there. You've got the Infinity going on in the middle, cut into the card, and you've got the Linear Elegance around it. And then we've got a nasturtium die here, which we've also got on the show, and we've also got the frame die, the stitched rectangle. So everything you need is on the show, including the misters as well.
I love it, and we'll be showing you all those a little bit later on.
Here we've used the Infinity as a background, and again we've got the Just For You, and here you can see here's the pierced frame around the edge. And again, we've got the nasturtiums on there.
I love that. And if I tilt that, you can probably just about see the pierced edge into that as well.
Yeah.
Lovely look to it. I love this die.
This is one of Sue's. I'm just wondering what she's written on the back. One of Sue's. You can just see she's got Hamilton there as a focal point. So we've got the Oakley swag on the show today, so you could use that instead of the beaded swirl flourish. You've got mica powders here, so you can make that at home quite easily.
I love that. Now, that is exactly the same die, but a total different look.
Yeah, and we've got a new stamp set on the show today called Floral Happiness Journaling, a clear stamp set, and it's got lots and lots of tiny little flower stamps in, so you can make a beautiful background there.
That's pretty. Do like that one. And of course, look at this, with some of these dies, they're not just cutting out, they're cutting into your cardstock.
Yeah, so here, and I do apologise, this is one of Beverly's cards. I thought it was Sue's, it didn't look on the back, so I'm sorry, Beverly. I published it as Sue's, and she's used the Sagittaire, just one die out of the Sagittaire here, and it's framing a Victoria die set, which isn't on the show.
And is this the Sagittaire again at the bottom?
Sagittaire at the bottom there, yeah. Yeah.
Clever. So you've got that cutting edge allowing you to get that different result with these. Absolutely beautiful. I have to say the finished samples that we've got do the one day special incredible justice. Beautiful elements. This
just
is pretty.
3 times, and Sue's cut it into the card here and stepped into it, and it's got a stepping out, if you like, here, but the sentiment stepped down. There's a lot of dimension to that.
Wonderful. And again, if you've got things like your inky backgrounds that you want to kind of frame.
Yeah, this is Misters on acetate, which I showed the last time I was here. And here I've pulled in, because I can, one of the dies from the other bundle here. This is a prism in the centre, but we've got the infinity either side, and we've got the linear elegance edger on. You can just mix and match them.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. Now, of course, your one-day special, we've got the details on your screen there. You've got 18 dies. 18 dies for £36.95. You are saving £15 on this bundle. Definitely worth considering, definitely worth taking advantage of. 312575 is the item number if you want to go for those. And of course, as we mentioned earlier on, we have got stamps that are going to work alongside there, so we can show you those in the next few moments. But if you want to get hold of your one-day special, perhaps do that at the same time as adding these in. These are pretty.
Yes, so we've got stamps to die for. Stamps to die for were bought out to match the country collections.
Okay.
And so these are two that match your Hamilton that you're getting in the one-day special.
So we can stamp these and die cut them out?
Yeah, the largest die in the Hamilton set will cut these out, and it leaves a nice white border around the edge, which of course you can ink around if you want to. I hack my middle out because I'm very heavy-handed with my inks. So you just take sharp scissors and you can cut the centre out.
I love that. What a gorgeous design.
That's
absolutely
this
beautiful
frame.
Gorgeous.
And they're all mounted onto you, mate. They come cut out like that. So all you need to do is peel the backing off. There's a backing on the rubber at the back, and then it will self-cling to your block or stamp press or whatever you're using. And that's the Heritage Flourish, that one.
Absolutely. There we go. If you fancy getting hold of these, at £3742079.99. Talking of stamps, we've got some brilliant brand new stamps. You've not seen these before, so let me just show you the details of these ones in case you fancy checking these ones out. These are brilliant. You've got a whole collection of stamps in there, lots of different elements, and it's called your Floral Happiness Journaling. And you've got all sorts of things in there. Thank you, happy birthday, happy anniversary, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Lots of different elements in there which you'll be using over and over again for your journaling. 673463, £11.99. Brilliant value for money for those. Now, you know I mentioned that we've got a couple of bundles. This one is almost as if we've got a second one-day special.
Yeah, I think it is. I call it ODS too. So, so with this one, it's based around Seychelles. So Seychelles, which is down here, is your country collection kind of motif die, if you like.
Wonderful.
And so that's where your card starts, I suppose. And again, separate outside cutting edges as usual. We go next to it because we're at the bottom. We've got Thanks for Everything, which is a really...
that's a nice way of putting it.
It's a lovely sentiment. Die cuts beautifully, really nice to use with your drop shadows. And then we've got the Calum Gemini there, again, separate cutting edges, different looks, and the packaging gives you a lot of help there.
Wonderful.
Coming up to the top.
So we've got that striplet
again.
We've
got the striplet, that's the prism striplet, and this is the first one I think that Sue's done slightly differently. Rather than just 2 dies, you've got 8 dies, because those diamonds in the centre, or squares if you like,
they're individual.
are separate cutting edges and separate decorative edges as well. So if you don't use the square in the centre, you can cut extra detail into your strip if you want to.
Like that idea.
Yeah, that's prism. And then we've got the striped swirl edger here. So again, another edger, you've got really nice kind of oval holes that you can cut into your card, and you've got that kind of mixed swirly bit, and then you've got the beautiful detail one there, which is really nice to use for a stopper for an easel card if you like.
Do like that idea. Absolutely beautiful. Now again, you've got an incredible saving. You're saving £12 for these. A wonderful set, I have to say. I don't know where to start with the actual finished samples, because they're gorgeous. Again, a focal point to start with, and you said a brilliant way of putting it, just to get started. Popping that focal point in there.
Yeah. And this little one here is one from the striped swirl edger. And
I'd like that,
yeah. We've used the stamps here that match the nasturtium here in the background.
And that's a really useful die there, because you could actually lace that card, couldn't you?
I've only actually stuck some... I was going to do that. And then I looked at one of Sue's cards and she just stuck a bit of card behind it. So I thought, all right, I'll do that. It's a bit quicker.
But what it means is it's versatile, though. You can use it in lots of different ways, couldn't you? You could weave ribbon through it, or even hang little charms off there if you wanted to. Nice die. This one's pretty as well.
This one's pretty. This I've half-inched one of Sue's designs as an example. this border here is from the stitched rectangles, which is on the show, which is a brilliant way of using it. But obviously from the one-day special, we've used the Thanks for Everything with the drop shadow.
I do like that sentiment.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
We've used it again here. This is with the
bit of mica powder.
This is the mister.
Oh, I see.
This is the blue lime mister.
Oh, we had a conversation
which is a little
about
bit special.
one.
So you can see the blue mica coming through. Well, in fact, it's the green mica coming through on the blue mister.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and just cut the striplet into the card. Very, very simple, very quick and easy card to make that one.
Wonderful. We will be showing you those spritzers a little bit later on. You can jump ahead if you're wanting to as well. That's exactly the same die, used in a slightly different way.
Yeah, but stacked up on that one.
And
using one of the sentiments from, and it's nice to colour in with the misters as well. We'll be doing that at some point.
And I love this. This is that kind of, I was going to say it's an arch. It's not quite an arch, but it's kind of giving that little bit of illusion because of the design, but put together, beautiful frame.
And you can use this as a calum, and you can use it either way. So we could have turned it round and had the other piece facing inwards, if you like.
Oh, I see what you mean, the outer.
Again, this is inspired from one of Sue's cards, because when I go rifling through her cards, I not only pull out ones that have got the dies on I need to use, but I pull out ones that are inspired me as well. So, and we've got the Seychelles cut into the card in the centre.
Lovely. Now, if you fancy getting hold of this bundle, this time we're talking about 23 dies. 040010 being the item number. If you're wanting to get hold of those, brilliant bundle and a brilliant saving yet again, £12 saving, and don't worry, we'll help you spend that £12. We've got some fabulous deals for you and some wonderful elements, and we've got some stamps, and these are going to work alongside what we've just looked at.
These are the two stamps to die for that I've picked to match the Seychelles.
Okay.
So we've got the tropical pansies and we've got the baroque blossoms. Both of these have got floral elements to them, so they're really nice to do a little bit of colouring in, and we've got a watercolour palette on the show that you can colour in with. We've got colour clouds on the show that you can colour in with, and we've got the misters on the show that you can colour in with.
Lots of different choices, lots of different options, and I'm sure we'll see most of those working over the next 24 hours. 064857 £9.99. Very affordable way of getting hold of both of those, and as you've seen from the artwork, absolutely beautiful. That grey rubber giving you lots of different options, and of course they are ready to go the moment you get them home. And of course, I like this because you've got a very lacy effect, but quite a quirky element to it here. That font, I think it kind of morphs into different things.
Yeah, so the font is from the thank you is from the Floral Happiness Journaling stamp set, and I've just teamed it up with the that's the baroque blossoms, that one.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and like you say, we've got the striplet and the striped swirl ledger on the background.
This is nice because quite often we do tend to go for mirror images, and you can see here that we've got mirror image there, but different top and bottom. I like that idea.
Yeah. So just picking out some of the dies from the one-day special. That goes with not the one-day special, the second one-day special, you know, that bundle. So picking, that's the calum there, and using the Seychelles to cut out. You can see how beautifully the Seychelles cuts out the tropical pansies there.
Love it.
And I've used the Just For You from the one-day special in the centre.
Now, if you fancy getting hold of this bundle, a bundle of stamps, two of them coming to you for £9.99, incredibly affordable. 064857 if you're wanting to take advantage of those. Now, you will have noticed lots of little floral elements, and some of them feature this beautiful die that we've got here, always incredibly popular, the nasturtiums. They are the striped nasturtiums. £11.99. You've got 6 dies in there, lots of different possibilities because you can mix and match those dies. They line up perfectly, but of course you decide exactly how you're wanting to put those together. 234631, £11.99 being your item number. Now, if you fancy getting hold of a different style of flower, then why not check this one out? This one is your pinwheel floral. We've got 8 dies in total here, including those fabulous leaves there. Always very popular, this particular one. £14.99. 685470 being your item number. And we really have got a stamp set to work alongside these, so definitely worth considering adding these in. These are going to work with both of those styles of flowers, as you see, in both your pinwheel and your nasturtiums. £9.99. 654716 being the item number. Now, this is another one that you might like to consider as well, because this is a brilliant deal with regards to a new, lovely, well, not a new set of dies, but this particular one is a regular one that we have seen, the oak leaf swag. This is beautiful. It's been a long time since we've seen this one, but pretty like that. You can chop into that as little or as much as you want to. £13.99, 435066. Now, of course, we touched on those fabulous new stamps. These are brilliant, brand new today. We've not seen these before.
No, so you've got a collection of sentiments on there, and they're all kind of open sentiments, so you can colour them in if you want to.
Nice idea.
And then there's just so much, so many flowers and foliage on there. You can build up some beautiful little backgrounds.
And of course, clear stamps, so you know exactly where they're going to.
There's a lot of stamps on there. There's even a little tiny heart on there.
Every area, like you said, little tiny, every little area that could possibly be used has been used.
Yeah, they're lovely. They're really, really lovely.
If you fancy getting hold of these, brilliant value for money, £11.99, 673-463 being your item number. Now, of course, we've headed over to the demo area.
Yes.
Are we working on the one-day special?
I'm demoing, aren't I? Yes, we are. We're going to do this one. I blogged this one today, so I thought we'd actually make it today.
Lovely.
Obviously, it can be in any colour you want to, but we're going for silver. I mean, obviously, you can change it for, instead of just for you, it could be for anniversaries, for weddings. Obviously, I'm using the sentiments that are on the show. Okay, so there's lots going on here, so I prepped some of it, so hopefully it won't be too laborious, so we'll see how we get on. So we start with the background. So if you look at my background here, I've got quite a lot going on here. I've got lots of die cuts in the background, and they are my background, but it's a shaped background. So I'm just going to, I've done one, but I'm just going to show you how you can kind of line it all up. So we're going to the Linear Elegance edger, and when I put these magnetic sheets on here, I actually keep the configurations and the Geminis, so I can see the kind of inspiration that there is on the packaging, which it really helps. So we're using the largest die on here, which I just love this die. I use it loads, and I've already cut one, and it's kind of, it's got this oval or circular thing going on here. So you could cut this one, and you could just have them going all the same if you wanted to. But I tend to have them this way, and I'm a creature of habit, so I'm going to do that again. To see if we can actually kill two birds with one stone. And just kind of line it up, and I've just cut my piece of card a little bit bigger than my edger. And on the end, because I do this twice, on the end I'm going to have my Sagitta. And I'm going to use this piece here. In fact, maybe I won't. Yes, I will.
You're mixing it up.
I could do whatever I wanted to, you see. So
Julia, you can do what you like.
Yeah, so if we wanted to, we could have a different finish to it. In fact, let's just do that, because I've got one that I've cut already.
Okay.
And I like to kind of mix it up a little bit.
Wonderful.
And then you know how they both look. With these, so if I go down to here, so we've got this decorative outside cut-in edge here that we could have. So we could cut it like that.
Nice.
Or if you wanted to, you can turn it around. So if we wanted to, we could cut the decorative look in there, and we can have this flat die here, and have a straight edge if we wanted to. So, and you can do that with the other die that's in the set, the other decorative die that's in the set as well. I need that one. I'm going off at tangents. This is what my brain can't cope with, tangents.
Too many choices.
Too many choices.
That shows the versatility, though, doesn't it? When you can literally look at the dies in front of you from your one-day special and chop and change your design.
Yeah, and it's a good idea to kind of lay them out and just think how your backgrounds would be. Because instead of using this, I could put a striplet in here if I wanted to. Because you've got them all in that bundle. So it's just absolutely fantastic. Right, I'm going to just line this one up first, away from that. I want it to kind of be central to that, so we just lay that one down to begin with. Now, what you do need to bear in mind, and it probably happens to me because it's live TV, is traditionally in the platinum we need to cut, so we're cutting this way. I don't know if I did that before, actually, because that's where your pressure's going to be. So it's going to go a little bit over there. Okay. But what it does with the Geminis is sometimes it sends this outside die out at a tangent.
Okay.
So just be aware of that. Sometimes with the Geminis it's better off putting them through that way, at least to have it bite and then put them through that way. But we'll see how we get on. So I'll run that through.
Wonderful. Now, as we said, lots of different things you might want to check out on the website. We've got the details at the bottom of the screen for those fabulous new stamps that we've been talking about as well. We've also got the misters as well. Shall I show you the colours that we've got from those misters? Because Julia has done the most incredible swatch card here, and these are beautiful. We might get Julie to talk about these in a few moments because they're gorgeous. All sorts of different colourways that we've got. It's a pick and mix. You choose which 3 colours you're wanting to go for. Lots of different colours to choose from. These are beautiful, Julia.
Yes, we've got 3 that haven't got any mica on.
Okay, those are the first 3 that we've got here.
Yeah.
Right.
So you've got purple orchid.
Okay.
That's your soft moss.
Lovely.
And that's my favourite, the Mulberry Mist.
That's nice. Look at all the different colours that you've got in there, different depths.
So I do go quite heavy with them because I like them heavy.
Wow,
these
look
are
at
the
this.
mica ones now. So this is Bilberry Crush.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So that's got blue purple. This is the blue lime.
Oh, I like that one.
Which is awesome.
Gorgeous.
Then you've got Mango Blush, which is really pretty.
Very nice.
And that works really well with this one, which is Antique Rose.
Oh, okay. Let's bring that one back just so you can... Oh, yeah.
If you use them together,
yeah.
they look
on top of each other.
On top of each other.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then we've got Blue Ice.
Look at that. That will work with that greeny blue one as well, isn't it? Nice.
And then you've got the silver.
Very, very nice. Now you've got pick and mix. You can choose any 3 of those, and of course you can go back in and order multiples if you so choose. At £10.99. Check them out on the website. Brilliant to go for. 683174 being your item number to go for those.
Okay, so and what you do need to bear in mind as well with Geminis is that they don't always go right the way up to the edge, so sometimes you just need to snip off.
Okay.
So we just snip that off just a little bit. Just neatly.
Lovely.
Okay. And so I've got a bit of trouble with my tape splitting.
All right.
Sometimes the dies are a little bit sharp and it splits, and then you have to pick it up. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. Right. So 2 in 1. Get rid of the excess, and then we can see what this looks like. That's falling out.
Oh, look at that.
So that's going to be a different look to the one that I've got already.
That's pretty.
Isn't it pretty?
I love that.
Yeah?
And it's amazing to think that you can mix it up and change the dyes around, get different results. Just experiment, I guess that's the best way to do it.
So what I would do is I would just continue cutting the linear edger, or like I say, if you wanted to, you could mix it up. If you wanted to put, say, cut a striplet and an edger, I wouldn't lay the dyes down next to each other. I'd have at least 1 gap like we just had.
Okay.
Because what happens is, oh, that one's split. I've gone and disturbed that one. I've been a bit too boisterous with my 2 in 1, so when I stick it down I have to be a bit more careful there. Anyway, yes, do a gap because it's too much detail if they're right next to each other for the machine to cope with.
And I'm guessing the way that you've used those, you could continue that right the way through and make it into pretty much whatever size you want it to be.
Whatever size you want to, because there's no outside cutting edge.
Lovely.
So I've gone ahead and I've misted onto a piece of card. Do you want me to do some misting, or
I don't know. Should we have a look at it? We know how to mist, don't we? We'll probably see that later.
So we've got silver here in the background, and I've got my Sagitta there that I've cut the other die, and I've got my linear elegance, that I've cut 4 times.
Gorgeous.
And so I just want to show you how to just get this edge cut, because obviously we want it to be the same kind of shape as before. So we're obviously using Sagitta. And we're going to get that, and you can feel it go in.
Kind of goes into the notches.
It goes into the notches, yeah. You might not get it 100%, but, you know, if people are studying your cards that closely, then they might not be your friend, really. I'm going to go the other way with this, because I don't want it to move.
Wonderful. Don't forget that all the dies that are being used at the moment have come from that 1-day special. So if you fancy creating this wonderful card that we're seeing in progress here, 1-day special is the key thing for you to get hold of. 312-575. Now, what we're going to chat about? The embossing powders at the top here. Sorry. I didn't recognise these as being embossing powders. I was looking at these thinking these were all colour cloud because of the size, but they're embossing powders.
They're huge. Now, I put these on the show because they're very good value for money.
Okay.
Now, they're detail powders. We only do 5 of our detail powders in big pots.
Okay.
Besides the ultra-thick embossing powders, so nothing else is in big pots. and the pot is 100 ml.
Wow.
Our standard embossing powder pot is 20 ml and retails at £3.99. So you're getting 5 times the amount for £14.99. So it should be just under. It should be £19.95.
So I was going to say, if we were to do like that gram comparison that we do in the supermarkets and things like that, so that must be about, like you say, £5 saving.
It's £25 discount, isn't it?
That is incredible.
On volume, it's £25 less if you buy a big pot. And what you can do with the big pot, obviously, if you've got friends, you could share it with your friends. You can decant it into the smaller pots so you don't contaminate your big pot, because they do get bits in them. Or what I like to do is have that as my main pot. You know, Phil comes with his big pots.
Puts them in his little takeaway.
The hole in that is big enough for you to easily always get it back in the pot.
Good idea.
They're fantastic.
Things like triple embossing, you could be using this.
Yeah, you can, absolutely.
But with this one, I mean, obviously, we're talking, it is detail, so is it perhaps you're better off using a different style one and saving this one because of it being a fine detail?
Yeah, it depends. If you only got the pennies to buy one, then buy the detail, and it's going to last you ages anyway.
So that one is your clear. We've got the details on your screen, 0098202 if you want to get hold of that. £14.99. You can see we've got a similar size tub. This time we are talking about your white. Different item number for this particular one. 597378. And then down at the front here, let's bring that one in. This is the silver, and this is gorgeous. I mean, it does not do it justice showing you the inside.
No, we're going to use it in the oil.
But yeah, it looks a little bit grey there, but you wait till we apply the heat to that one. Again, huge size pots with regards to these. £14.99. 065986 if you wanted to take advantage. So you've got your silver there, you've also got your clear and also your white as well on the website if you wanted to check those out. But we'll see those in action in a little while.
I did have to fight to bring those.
These are brilliant though.
We haven't got a very big stock. I will warn you, please don't expect them to last for ages.
So the items that we've got on the show, you've pretty much put the show together for us.
Yeah, we always put our own shows together.
Lovely.
Yes, so we kind of include, you know, with the dyes we've chosen, we put things together that we think will work together.
Lovely.
So I'm just popping that on there with some foam. Okay. So now we're going to do a little bit of stamping. I won't do loads of stamping, but just a little bit, just to show you the silver. And I think we'll use the frame. I've got my. I'm going to use a fretwork frame.
Okay.
Right. Put that on there.
Lovely. Now this is beautiful because this is going to work alongside those dies that we spoke of earlier on, but of course you've got lots of fine detail. When you're cutting out this, I'm guessing you're just using the outer parameter die.
You use the largest die in the Hamilton, and then for the other stamps you use the largest die in the Seychelles.
Lovely.
So we've got clear perfect medium because we're going to put silver embossing powder on.
Wonderful.
And I've dusted my card with an anti-static bag just in case I've got fingerprints on. I ink it within an inch of its life. That's why I cut the middle out. I know Phil has a little. He has palpitations when he sees my stamps because I cut the middle out and he hates it. So press down nice and firmly.
Lovely.
And I tend to use this stamp press because I've got little fingers, so I find big blocks quite difficult to handle.
Now, it doesn't look like there's anything there, does it? Oh, this is where the magic comes into play.
It does.
Now, this one's the silver of those fabulous embossing powders.
It does mean that it's easy to cover your stamp as well because, you know, you've got that big
Shall I help you with that, my dear?
Yeah. I think even Charlie will be able to get it in the pot.
I was going to say,
a big one.
Famous last words. This is where I completely miss and put over my shoe.
I haven't got any power on.
Oh dear! Somebody get 50p for the meter.
I've not got plug.
We'll get that in.
I forgot that. I
forgot to check that we've got the heat gun. Right, we'll get that organised for you.
Right, while that's doing.
Okay.
What do I need to do? Yes, right. I'll get something else ready as well that I've got. What have I done with it? There it is. I've stamped just for you from the Floral Happiness.
Okay.
And embossed it. And I'm just going to edge it with a clear perfect medium pen just to set it off.
Okay.
And then we can heat set that at the same time as the frame. And I've cut this out with the die number 2. If you're counting from the middle, I'm at die number 2 on the Hamilton.
Okay.
So staying in the same set. Can't remember where I started. We'll soon find out, won't we, when we put the powder on. Now, this is one of the good things about this pot.
Okay. Oh, that's a good point. That is a good point.
Isn't it? Isn't it easy?
Love the big pots.
Makes it easier.
Does. Right, are we on?
Have we got power? We have the power.
We have.
I want to burst into song when I say that.
I'm just what's she on about? Yeah, I know now. I've clicked.
This is when the magic happens. You have a look at this. You never tire of seeing this. I know we say it over and over again, but it is incredible the results that you get with regards to these.
It makes the stamp look so expensive. It's just lovely, and it acts as a resist as well for when you want to ink over the top of it. You know, you can just buff it up afterwards and get the ink off of your embossing. So it's simple as that. And then this one, came around. So I've got a little bit of irritating powder just there. Let me just blow. There we go, and that bit there. Okay. Right, so just need to anchor that because it's only a little piece. Now normally I'd probably emboss all this at once because there's a danger that you might flatten your other embossing powder, but we're all right. Okay, so I've already cut one of mine out.
Wonderful.
If you wanted to cut out, there's the largest die in Hamilton, and that's going to sit round like that.
Lovely.
And then you just run it through and cut it, and there we go.
Wonderful.
Easy peasy. Right, so we're going to colour these in now, and we can take our mister.
Okay.
And this is the silver again.
Lovely.
Drives my son mad. I'm sitting at home and I'm doing this. What on earth are you doing? And it sounds like there's a woodpecker or something going in there. Because I don't tend to shake them up, I just tend to agitate them.
Wonderful.
You need to agitate them on the mica ones. You do not need to do